Hello and welcome back to another episode of SportsRunDown Betalong. How are you guys getting on tonight? A bit of a new look panel we have this evening. You get UPK first, you're a bit of a regular at this stage.
Yeah, doing good, man. Doing good. Standard enough. Looking forward to hopefully winning some money this week again. We've been close on a few ACCAs lately, so hopefully tonight's the night that it all comes good for us.
Yeah, we have been knocking on that door, but before we dive into that, we'll go over to you. So Savage, anyone who's familiar with the website will know Savage. He's our La Liga expert, and he's been keeping us up to speed on all things Spanish football since the start of the season. So you were on one stream with us before. This is your first one in a while, so nice to have you back, Savage. Welcome aboard.
Thanks very much. Yeah, hope maybe I'll change your fortunes around this week, but yeah, looking forward to it now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so anyone who's familiar with the SportsRundown.com Betalong, we usually put up an article on Friday night or during the week to cover the Friday night games. And this week, it's been a little bit of an admin oversight. We picked a player to have a couple of shots on target, and he's not in the squad. So that bet is actually not the case. So we have an advertised 54-1 treble that's actually like a 5-2 double or something like that. So we'll be putting on a different bet to it during the show here. I'm going to put it on myself in a couple of seconds, and that'll be the bet we're giving away. So anyone familiar will know what we do. The most comments across any of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, the best comments, the most engaged viewer really is how we should describe it, will win the bet we have on. So we'll put a tenner on one of these bets. So I got my own in Belgium, Slats in the Netherlands. PK has a couple that he's picked out, and Savage is our Liga expert, so we'll pick his brains for the Sevilla game later on. So if you could just excuse me for 1 minute, let me catch up on that, and we'll leave you in the trusty hands of PK and Savage.
Yeah, I'll defer to Savage on this one. I'm interested in the La Liga bet. I didn't get a chance to read up on it myself, so it'll be. I'm interested to hear the angle there, so I can jump on myself.
Yeah, so we have tonight we have Sevilla Elche. So it's an interesting matchup, right? Because Sevilla kind of blew their opportunity to close the gap on Madrid to 1 point. Last weekend, so now they're to 6 points now in second place in the league. So, they desperately need a win to get them back on track. And they've a big European match coming up in the midweek. So Elche could definitely steal a mark on them here. But we still have their form at home in the Sanchez Pizjuan is remarkable. They still haven't lost there this season. So themselves in Madrid haven't lost a match at home. So we think that home form will carry them through on this one. So we've chosen them to Sevilla to win and over 1.5 goals. So we think that there's a possibility that Elche could push them on this one, but I think that Sevilla should have enough to edge it out given their home form. And they really need a win to keep that push on Madrid at the top, because very quickly they could slip out of sight. So yeah, we're back in Sevilla to win in this one and over 1.5 goals. So.
Sounds good to me, anyway. And myself, I have a couple of fancies. Main one is tonight is it's already kicked off, so it's the game in Germany, Leipzig against Leipzig at home to Cologne.
Cologne.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just struggling to say it there for some reason. They're Cologne are no mugs. They're actually quite a decent team, and I think they're actually above. They're above Leipzig on the table at the moment, just by 1 point. But Leipzig's form recently has come good. They haven't been. They didn't start the season that well, but their home form is very good. They're one of the best home teams in the league. Cologne wouldn't be great, and but Leipzig do tend to concede when they're playing at home too. So I've gone for a punt at 7-5 here on Leipzig to win and both teams to score. There seems to be a bit of value in that because Leipzig are rather short odds for a team that aren't on all given form aren't that much better than them at 1-4, but I think the both teams to score option gives a bit of value there. And then later on, it's not part of any accumulator but I have a bet on in the Portuguese league. The top two are playing. Porto are at home to Sporting, but again I've gone for the both teams to score angle here. But Porto have 100% record at home. And then Sporting have the best away record in the league, having only dropped 4 or 5 points, I think, away from home. But Sporting have a good recent record against Sporting at home too. So I've gone for a bit of value there. I'm just going to have to look up the price again for that one. But in Porto, and both teams have scored 7-2. If anyone's interested in that, so Porto, obviously 100% record at home and playing Sporting, there's every chance that Sporting with their away record will get a goal. I can see a 2-1 or 3-1 there myself. So bit of value there for I think an 8:30 kickoff. If anyone has any interest later on too.
Yeah, I have an interest, PK. I'll be on that for sure. Just to touch back on the point Savage made first before we dive into your one, PK, that Spanish one, I would not have picked, Sevilla to have that that unbelievable home record that they have. So definitely tempted to back them there. And then in your one, PK, I didn't realize that was a first second game in Portugal. Should be a cracker, and it kicks off a bit late, so we get plenty of focus on it later. My own bet tonight is in the Belgian League, so anyone who's a regular here with us will know that that's where I generally put my Friday attention. It's in the Belgium, Seraing against Antwerp. So both of these teams have featured on Fridays in the last couple of weeks. Like I said in the article, it's beginning to feel like Groundhog Day. In the last 3 articles, I've made a good case to pick a win in the Belgian on a Friday night, and in all 3 times I've put a goals bet in there as well, and the wins have all happened and the goals haven't. So beginning to become a bit like that, repeating the same mistakes type of phrases. But I do like Antwerp and the goals in this one once again. They're a good price to win on straight up. They're 5-6. Anyone who's a bit more conservative, I cannot see how they lose this game. And they're against the bottom teams. I think in their 7 games against the bottom 5 teams, it's like win 6, draw none, lost 1. And that loss was a bit of a fluke. And then against the good teams, Seraing are the opposite. They've 0 wins, 0 draws, and 8 losses against the teams in the top 5 positions. So they lost in a high-scoring loss to Antwerp earlier in the season, and that was in Antwerp. But Seraing are not particularly better at home than they are away or anything like that. So I could see this being anything from 2-1 to 3 or 4-0. I think Antwerp, if they really push on, they're going to destroy them. Now, the last few Fridays, the caveat is we've had teams had loads of chances and they never really took them. So a 1-0 win here would be kind of devastating for me because I want to back Antwerp and over 1.5 at 5-4. It's a significant but not major increase on the 5-6 for the straight win. The Antwerp and both teams to score is probably not worth the bet. Every second game, Antwerp are not that bad defensively, so could be 2-1, could be 2 or 3-0. So Antwerp and over 1.5 is my bet there, and that's going to be in the treble. So the treble, we're going to change it tonight because, as we said, the advertised one offers no real value, and anyone who's just joined the show will see that the Dutch game that Slats has picked for us has already kicked off. So we'll do Antwerp to win, straight win at 5-6. Savage will take your one, Sevilla to win and over 1.5 goals, and PK will take yours, Porto to win and both teams to score. So I'm going to load that treble up now. Is that not what you said, no?
Oh, Porto well, the Leipzig game is kicked off, actually. So, yeah, I'll go with Porto.
Well, if you prefer Leipzig, we could put it in. It's still 0-0. So if you want Leipzig is your pick, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll go with Leipzig, given that the Porto game's a late kickoff too. So,
okay. So that's going to be Leipzig to win and both teams to score, Sevilla to win and over 1.5, and Antwerp to win. The odds I might juice it up with an extra goal or not. So give me 1 minute. Okay, sorry. No.
I'm trying to get it on here on Bet365 myself. The old Belgian game can be
tough to find. So, Savage, what's your thoughts on this weekend Spanish football? Is it a good slate this weekend, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, a couple of intriguing matches are always coming. One in particular that I wrote up in the article this week was Real Madrid going to Villarreal. So Villarreal have really turned their form around the last few weeks, and they've kind of made a rapid rise up the table. They were kind of sitting 12th, 13th for most of the season, but they're up to 6th now. So they're within touching distance of those kind of top European places, and they've gotten some good wins under their belt recently. So, I mean, obviously, Madrid have slightly blew their chance to really run away with the league there a few weeks ago. They kind of stumbled a little bit, but they're back out to 6 points ahead now. And certainly, if they come up with a win against Villarreal, they're really motoring in the back end of the season. So that's a really intriguing prospect, because Villarreal are a kind of team that Madrid could knock them over easily enough, but this could also turn into like a 3 or 4-all cracker. Because Villarreal just decide sometimes to turn up into these matches, and they just they can be absolute belters. So yeah, that's a really intriguing one. And then the second one, another one's then obviously we have the Sevilla Elche match tonight, which is kicking off soon enough, and then the final one we have for the over the weekend is a Barcelona derby. So we have Barcelona going to Espanyol in the RCE Stadium. So that's it, local derby in Barcelona should be a good one. Add a little bit extra spice to it. Espanyol are on a little bit of a downward curve, but Barcelona are very definitely on an upward curve. Again, they're back in the European places. They haven't. They've an excellent league run. I think they're unbeaten in the league since Xavi took over in November. So they're really, they're really back to where they need to be now. In the meantime, they got hammered by Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and they got knocked out of the Super Cup and the Copa. But in the league, they have returned their form around from when Koeman was in charge. So yeah, they're definitely on the up and again. They've kind of come from mid-table obscurity, which everyone kind of knew wasn't going to last because of a club like Barcelona, and now they're back in. They overtook with an excellent win against Atletico last weekend out. They won 4-2 against Atletico at home, which was probably shocking to a lot of people given their start to the season, but they finally seem to be hitting their stride now, and they really did a number on Atletico. And so that against Espanyol now could be a nice match to watch on Sunday. I think that's on. So yeah, they're the kind of the main picks for the weekend.
Atletico seem to be kind of stuttering on most fronts, right? They're just not as efficient as they have been in previous seasons, and they seem to be leaking goals, which they didn't do, like obviously in seasons past, right? Yeah,
they've kind of lost that Simeone stamp they had of that like kind of rock solid defensive line that didn't ship goals and were kind of that they built their performance on that. But yeah, they can't. I think it was last week I put in the article. I think they haven't won more than 2 consecutive matches all season across any competition. Like, so
that can't be real, is it?
Yeah, that's so they're really struggling to just get any kind of consistency at all. And they every time you think they're back now and they're going to get a little bit of a run, they take a kind of a nosedive again and kind of an unexpected loss. So they clawed themselves into I think they held on for the last spot in the Champions League, but it was a miracle nearly because they were very bad in that. So yeah, they're really wavering. A lot of people kind of seem to say that they might, because they won under such extreme circumstances last year. Like, it was literally down to, I think it was about 70 minutes in the last game of the season. They won the championship essentially. They got a goal, and that was the one that won the league title. So it really went down to the wire. I think people just kind of said they just exhausted themselves on that one, and now they just can't get that back again. So they really are wavering. But certainly they've dipped out of the top 4 now, and there's a couple of teams chasing behind them pretty quickly. So they'll have to turn things around, because certainly Sevilla and Betis, who are probably kind of unexpectedly in the top, they're 2 and 3 in the table, they're going to take some shifting, because they are a good few points ahead of Barcelona, who are in 4th now, and Atletico slipping back again in another place. So those 2 teams will take some shifting out of those positions.
I wish we'd had this conversation back in the summer, because I think about 25% of my anti-post bets for the season involved Atletico to win the league. I just thought Barcelona are a mess, Madrid are a bit of a mess at the time, and I think Atletico were like 10-3. I was like, this is free money, they're going to absolutely walk it. And then they've really struggled. And I think, like I said, Simeone's there 10 years now this year, and I don't think anyone expected that he would just kind of turn off like that he just, I know his magic just doesn't seem to work at the moment now. And again, they kind of get into a lot of situations where they get very annoyed, and they get make stupid mistakes, and they start giving away stupid yellow cards, and Simeone inadvertently gets himself sent off and stuff. So they that kind of worked from before, but I think everyone's kind of wise to it now, and they're kind of just playing around, kind of like it's a bit similar to the way Mourinho's reign ended. It's a very high intensity management style, and if your players don't buy into it, it just unravels. And maybe, I know people talk about like negative motivation versus positive motivation. It seems to be that those negative ones, that those guys, like the kind of shouters and aggressive and sneaky kind of managers, and when it goes wrong, it just it's very hard to get it back. I find Simeone unbelievably entertaining. I love watching him, and I love watching how people hated his team so much. It always gave me great joy.
But, he's a caricature of a person. Like, he's so agitated on the sideline, and he's every foul that gets given, he's roaring, and he's so expressive. You can nearly just watch him on the camera for 90 minutes himself.
Yeah.
Like he's an absolute madman. But it's interesting, right, that how the different coaching styles. Certainly, you can see the change with Ancelotti with Madrid. He's so much more level-headed, knows exactly what he wants to get done with the team, and has them in a good place. And they're flying at the moment, and he doesn't need to roar and shout on the sideline, but they still get the results.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 years is a long time because you can see with Mourinho, teams gas out with him after 3 or 4 years with that style, and they're pretty similar. Like 10 years at Atletico is a long stint, and for players to buy into that sort of regimental and industrious and hard work ethic type football, it's I mean, you can see how it would eventually peter out, but he seems to. He seemed to have got it for the last few years, but now it's taken his toll, maybe. But maybe the squad is just not what it used to be, too, in terms of.
Yeah, I was going to make two things about that, PK. One is that they had a lot of player churn. So I agree with you. Players can't last in that system, but they seem to get rid of so many players and replace them all the time that it was maybe that's what kept it fresh. And then I was going to say what you said at the end, and I'm not sure this squad is as good as previous squads that he had. Suarez definitely past his best, and some of the other guys there, you can just see them. I haven't watched a huge amount of the La Liga this season, but when I do see clips of them, they often look leggy. The Atletico guys, they're not really getting around. Like in the past, they just cover every blade of grass, So, just on the live bet here, so it's live in Belgium. It's kicked off. Bit of a scrappy look at. Nearly a goal there for Antwerp straight away. 1 minute 40 on the clock, but no luck. Took a powerful one, but it went wide. So we've put on this bet builder. So it's Leipzig to beat Cologne and both teams to score. Antwerp to win. They drifted to outside even, so I didn't need to juice that up. And Sevilla to beat Elche and over 1.5 goals in the game. That pays a little over 10 to 1, so it's £105 to whoever wins. So the most engaged commenters, we got people on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just drop us a comment. Like the video. Obviously, if you like it and subscribe, that's great for us. But just get involved, ask us questions. The guys talk about leagues or whatever matches you're watching, whatever bets you have on. We love to chat about that stuff. So get commenting, and whoever's the most engaged viewer at the end of the night will win that £100 if those teams can do the business there. So that's where we're at the minute. This ground in the Seraing Stadium in Belgium looks like it could be like a school ground. It's so small. It's gas to see it. Any thoughts on the PSG game tonight, guys?
Not really. I had a look at the cards market for they're down a couple of midfielders through injury, and
yeah.
It seems like Verratti was available at 2 to 1. I have him in a separate bet for a yellow card. He's just he has to start and he has to play, and Rennes are a pretty decent team that might put it up to PSG for a long part of this game, and then it can get ratty, and that's where you expect Verratti to come out and pick up a yellow. Excuse that.
Did you just make that up on the spot? Did you? I like that.
I don't know where it came from. Excuse that, but I just backed him for 2 to 1 for a card. I don't know. There wasn't much else value. I mean, 11. If you want to take 11 to 20 about PSG to win it, I think it's the most likely result. But PSG are walking that league again, so they're not under that much pressure, so they can absorb a draw here too. So it's up to yourself, I suppose, in that regard.
Yeah, I think I'd leave that off, to be honest. We have a French expert on the site, Dormo. He's our Ligue 1 expert, and we'll get through his weekend preview later on the show. But we asked him during the week his thoughts on the game, and he basically said just PSG are just an absolute avoid this season in the betting terms. They're just, even though they run away with the league, they're not doing what you think. We've seen it. I mean, I think I've backed them twice. They've drawn both times. They have a couple of 1-0s where you'd expect goals, and it's been a strange old season for them. I'm very, very curious to see how they go when the Champions League comes back. They have, is there anybody with more talent than them in Europe at the minute? At most 2 or 3 squads have more than they have, but then, they're often struggling in Europe. So it'll be interesting to see. And this game, like you said, PK doesn't really mean a huge amount to them. They just go out and if it clicks, they'll just put on a show and they'll win comfortably. But they might just struggle as well because they don't really have to try very hard. So I'm going to stay away from the win market there. I do like both teams to score at 2-1. It moves I did a bet builder with your 2-1. It moves it up to 4-1. So it's a bit lower than that, of course. But I might do a bet builder on that game.
Plus, Pochettino leaving at the end of the season it's hard to know the motivation at PSG anymore, right? It's
is that confirmed?
I thought it was, right?
I'm not sure. That's one of those ones I like. First of all, I don't understand people rating him as highly as they do. But if I was PSG and you hired a guy and he didn't even buy a house or rent an apartment and he was living in a hotel, I'd just fire him again. Just be like, you clearly are not committed to this project. Off you go again. Like, I think Mourinho did it at United as well. He lived in a hotel.
I was just going to say, yeah, he lived in a hotel for like 3 years or something while he's at United.
Yeah.
It just speaks of no commitment.
Absolutely, yeah. So I never thought Pochettino was going to be a good fit. Like, he struggled at Spurs with some of the bigger. I mean, it's not that they have a huge ego-based dressing room, but even there, Kane seemed to always get what he wanted. Played when he shouldn't have played, and then you go to PSG and you're multiplying that by 100 in terms of the problems in the dressing room. You need an absolute, like an Ancelotti type, someone who's, probably, and I'm not one of these guys who thinks you need to be a high-level player to become a high-level manager. But if you're not going to be like that, you need to have the skills to manage the dressing room, and I don't think Pochettino does. And, PSG is already a tough place. So, yeah, if he's leaving at the end of the season, I mean, unless he wins the Champions League, I don't think it's any way he's improved his standing at all in Paris.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, because it's strange that like a manager would be, I don't know, it's not everything, but really it actually is. But a manager of his standing would be rated so highly to say that he's won very little. And certainly when he was at Spurs, I mean, he won essentially nothing. Like,
he didn't win anything. The Audi Cup.
So it's like to rate him so highly when he's actually won nothing. And like, okay, he's won a couple now with PSG, but again, that
all he's won is the cup. Like, he lost the cup last season, and he won the cup last season, and he lost the league last season. So I mean, even not winning the league in Paris is very, very tough. And then this year he's out of the cup already. So all he can do is win the league, and it looks like that's wrapped up. So he's probably going to win one league and one cup in 2 years. But I mean, for PSG, that's probably below expectations.
The amount of money they spend, that's. I mean, sorry, I'm surprised he lasted through not winning the league last year. Anyway, I suppose the Champions League run is what saved him. But losing the league to Lille last year was that's what they're 10 points clear at the moment, and that's what's expected from PSG, right? Within France, they can play their second team most weeks and still win and save their players for the Champions League if they need. But I'm
not sure that does them much good being able to, coast through. But that's a conversation for another time. I actually think last season, if you remember, I don't know if you recall watching it when they beat Bayern Munich 1-0 in Munich. I think it was 1-0, but they were like absolutely under the cosh for the entire game and scored one or a couple of counter-attacking goals. And I think that was it. If they hadn't won that match, I think he'd have got the bullet there and then, already having looked like the league was out of their grip, or certainly by the time they didn't win the league. But to win in Munich looked like such a step forward for them in Europe. And then obviously they had their struggles against the English club after, and then, it kind of unraveled for them. But yeah, I think if they don't at least get to the final this year, I'd say it's just forget about it. But yeah, maybe like you said, he's already confirmed gone. I didn't actually know that, so interesting.
Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. Maybe it was just a rumor, but I thought it was. I thought it was a thing that he was gone by the end of the season, but maybe not. I'm just watching the Leipzig game here. It's 25 minutes in nearly, and Leipzig are all over, and they have been for the last 15 minutes. They're all over Cologne. They have a free kick in a decent position here, just on the edge of the box. So, it'd be good if we got some sort of goal. Obviously, I'd nearly prefer an away goal first, but we'll take it if Leipzig go up here.
Yeah. It's a little bit earlier in the Belgian game. It's just going up on 10 minutes. I think they've had 5 shots already. Antwerp, one of them, it was a tough shot. The ball was behind him and he kind of just lashed at it. But in the end, it was actually a very good shot, and the keeper had to get down quick to save it. and then a couple of other softer shots than that. But I think it's about 70% possession and 5 shots to 0. So very, very dominant opening 10 minutes from the
We have a goal
from the visitors here
for Leipzig from the free kick.
Oh, no way. Lovely stuff.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for it to play, but yeah, he scored direct from the free kick. Nice. 1-0 up.
Class.
Is that young wonder kid they have Nkunku? He's lighting it up in the Bundesliga for them, so he'd probably be a target for a big club during the summer, maybe. So yeah, 1-0 Leipzig. It's a good start for that one, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think when you're looking for a win and both teams to score, the last thing you want is it just dragging on 0-0. Get a goal opens it up. Now it's going to force Cologne to come at them, and we see what happens from there. So just a reminder to anyone watching, we've got Leipzig to win and both teams to score, Antwerp to win, and Sevilla to win and over 1.5 goals, and that's £100 to whoever is the most engaged viewer across any of our platforms on that. So, and that's where we're at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nice early goal. Like, even if Leipzig go 2-0 up at half time, they're inclined to sit back, or by half time or by an hour gone, they're be inclined to sit back on it, and it gives Cologne plenty of time to just pull one back, right? So I think it sets it up nicely, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slats had advised a bet in Holland, right? Emmen to win, was it? Away to was that his advised bet?
It was the Almere game that he liked there. So let me just give a double check of what he picked. So yeah, it was Almere at home to Emmen. So Almere were on our show last week. He just went. It's very unusual for him. He usually picks goals in the Netherlands or win both teams to score. He's just taking a straight Emmen win. Just looking at their stats, they've won 8 of their last 10. Almere have won 1 of their last 10. So it's pretty simple. When you say it like that, it's pretty straightforward. Almere won 3-0 the last time they met, but that was at home. So he's taking Emmen here to win it even. So have you got an eye on that game, PK? Is there a score update?
No, it's 0-0 at half time, and just looking, I only have stats to base it on, but it looks like a pretty even game. So I mean, there's nothing to suggest Emmen won't win it, but they're not really on top either. So we'll just have to. Almere do tend to concede at home. I'm just looking, they lost. Just trying to see if they tend to concede more in the second half, and that's not really a tendency from what I'm seeing. But they did. This conceded 3 against Volendam 3 games ago. So I mean, I'll keep an eye on it as the second half is going, and if they start getting on top, I might jump on that bet also. But at the moment, there's not much there to suggest that they're on top as such. But we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I do certainly think that Netherlands league is one for late goals. Maybe not these two teams, but certainly when we're tracking it here on the stream, it seems to often produce them. Another good chance for Antwerp here in Belgium. Just kind of like, what do they call it? Ping pong in the box, like the ball is getting bounced up and down, and the defender stuck out a leg and managed to deflect it out for a corner. So very, very dominant opening 15 minutes here from the guests. This could go to VAR for a handball for a penalty, and the players kind of started reacting, but maybe it wasn't a handball. So yeah, all action in Belgium, but no goals yet. Oh, we got James Noble back on Facebook. Sorry, you see you commented 9 minutes ago there. I didn't mean to ignore you. So both teams to score for this Leipzig Cologne match. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you heard PK talking about that, James, but he fancies Leipzig to win and both teams to score. Half the goals already in there. So a good start for that. Your bet is Leipzig, PSG under 3.5 goals, Sevilla both teams to score. So it's Leipzig to win, PSG under 3.5 in total, and Sevilla both teams to score. Is that Sevilla game? Was that like 6-4 for both teams to score, or something pretty juicy if I remember? So it seems like
it seems to be inclined. The betting pattern or whatever the odds seem to imply that Sevilla will keep a clean sheet more than likely, but that's not. It's not to say they won't concede.
What are your thoughts on that, Savage? So James, you might not be familiar with Savage, our guest on here tonight. He's our Spanish football expert. So if you ever do check out SportsRunDown.com, he writes the La Liga tips there each weekend. And he's on the show with us tonight. So, Savage, what are your thoughts? Will Elche score here, or will Sevilla keep a clean sheet?
Ordinarily, I'd probably say that Sevilla at home aren't inclined to concede that many. So as I mentioned at the top of the show, they do have a very impressive home record. But having said that, I kind of made reference to in the article this week was Premeira, who is absolutely flying it in front of goal at the moment. So I think he got 5 in his last 4 games. So he's definitely, he's in a striker in red hot form, and he starts tonight. So, if Elche are looking for a goal, he's definitely with a shout coming up with one. Obviously we've tipped over 1.5 goals, so that wouldn't be unreasonable for Elche to nab one of those. It's an interesting prospect, but definitely Mila is one who could definitely come up with one for them.
Yeah, it's like Sevilla 2-5 to win and 3-1 to win with both teams to score. And so that increase in value alone looks worth it. So interesting one. And then you got Sevilla to score over 1.5, James, as a bet, and Savage, you got Sevilla to win and over 1.5. So if yours comes in, well then James has to come in as well. So yeah, looking good, James. You had a very, very profitable show night on the show last week, James. So keep your insights coming there, and we'll make sure to get on. What else is there now? The minute.
There's a big game on in Austria at the moment. Salzburg and Rapid Vienna. It's currently 1-1 with about 17, 18 minutes left. I've just jumped on at a small stake for another goal in that game at even money. Starts sounding huge, but I've been watching it now for 2 or 3 minutes, and it's quite attacking football. So it's just a fun punt, really. No big stake, but it's just to watch along and for the last 10 minutes and have a little bit of money. There was a great chance there from a corner, actually, now that I'm speaking. So I'm not sure if anyone else wants to get in on that, but it's been end to end for the last 5 minutes as I've been watching. So
what did you say is on the clock, PK, there?
I'll have to. God, I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think it's like 74. Okay,
so a bit of time, yeah.
Yeah, even money. I don't know. I don't have any major confidence, but it's just a little in-play punt that me and plays LB.
Yeah, you got a great record with the in-play ones. I'm going to put on a small bet here. It's 30-1, so I'm going to do a small stake. So I'm going to tail you, James, on Sevilla and both teams to score. I'm going to tail UPK on Verratti to get booked. Verratti, as you called them. I'm going to take Antwerp to win in my own one, and I was going to put in. I'm going to put in just a single goal in the second half here in the Netherlands. So it is 2-5 for just a single goal. I was tempted by one over 1.5, which is 7-4. So it's a huge increase, but you said the stats don't really look like there's a goal. I'm looking at it there. There hasn't been a shot on target yet. So I'm going to leave that as just a single goal there, and that's 30-1. So as soon as that comes back from being suspended in the Netherlands, I'm going to put a small stake on that.
Yeah, sounds like a decent point to me.
Yeah. So that's on now. So that's Sevilla and both teams to score, Verratti to be booked, Antwerp to win, and a goal in the Netherlands. Can't actually get this bet on. Keeps going suspended in the Netherlands for some reason. So just give me a moment.
I think we're just underway there in the Sevilla Elche match as well. So I'll be keeping an eye on that one.
Nice. Good stuff. Right. It's actually a strange one now here in Belgium, so I'm kind of glad that I don't have the both teams to score or anything like that picked, because the pitch is tearing up quite badly, and we're only not even 20 minutes in, and it looks like very, very poor quality pitch here. So never great when you're expecting goals. So in the bet that we're giving away to any of the viewers, so James, you would have been our selected viewer last week. You were by miles the most engaged. The bet is not the advertised bet on the website tonight. I'm not sure if you heard us say that at the time, but the bet on the website didn't really work out. A couple of players that we had, Gary had one in particular. He had Premeira to get 2 shots on target. He didn't make the squad. So we've got Leipzig to win and both teams to score, which is 1-0. We've got Antwerp to win, which is 0-0, and we've got Sevilla to win and over 1.5. So that's the bet, and it's actually 115 quid on the way to our most engaged. Which you're in the lead there, James, and thanks for the good luck wish.
Salzburg just scored.
Oh, lovely, great.
Now it's going to go to VAR. It's going to go to VAR, I believe. But I'm just watching the review. But they have scored. So, is he offside? No, he's onside.
No,
that's cool. Nice, easy money to start the show.
Yeah, your in-play record, PK, is just ridiculous. I think I will need to set up a way for you to just have access to one of my betting accounts and just go in there and play away with it, because it's certainly more profitable than my own in-play.
Honestly, if I just stuck to single in-play bets, I'd be doing well. I'd be doing quite well, but that's not the case, as unfortunately.
Always the temptation to go further, roll it up and stuff like that. Antwerp really knocking on the door here. Couple of good chances. I don't know. I can't see any rain, but I mean, based on the state of the pitch, it must be absolutely lashing down, or was up until a minute ago. The players are falling. A couple of times now, the Antwerp guys have gotten into good positions and then fallen over. So, corner there again. Now 20 minutes gone on the clock.
Yeah, there's obviously the whole host of the Eredivisie games on too, and they're usually good for goals. And just I'm going to go through some of the games here and see if I can find an angle for a little second half act on goals.
Yeah, well, Slats' Emmen game is 0-0, so that's certainly one to look at. The 7-4 there for 2 goals in the second half really does look like good. Oh no, hold on. Oh, Seraing nearly scored, but like a lot of the lower teams in Belgium, they're just woeful in front of goal. So a really good shot, a really good position to shoot from, but then he ended up just putting it kind of. I said maybe it was a tougher angle than I'm giving him credit for, but he put it high and wide.
Okay, I'm just taking a look through in these games now.
There's a few games drawn there in the Netherlands. I'd like to look at those for
Yeah, see Graafschap for 1-0 up, and they haven't conceded in 3 games, so that's not a good one to look at.
No.
Previous 3, they didn't concede any. Arsenal Eindhoven. Yeah, this looks like a likely candidate.
Who are you going after in that one?
I was going to go for more goals, but I'm just trying to find angles here.
Goals in the Netherlands are a regular Friday choice here, Savage.
I'm just looking at Helmond against Telstar, and Telstar have a man sent off, and Helmond are near even money.
Is it drawn, that game at the minute?
Yeah, 1-1 at half time, and Telstar scored their goal before the man was sent off too, so they haven't won in their last 6 away. Helmond aren't good at home though.
You're seeing them even money. I don't see. Who are you seeing as even money?
Helmond Sport.
Oh yeah, they are indeed. Sorry, 20-21. Yeah, it's a good price.
Yeah, second worst home team in the league against an average enough away team. Lots more goals in that game.
Never a big fan of goals when there's been a red card, though, must say.
Over 3.5 in there is 6-5, and that's where I'm gonna go with it, just on the basis that it's Dutch second division and it's 10 against 11 with 45 minutes left. So I'll roll my winnings onto that.
Yeah, what was the other game you were looking at for goals?
I was looking at. Let me just see here. No, Arsenal Eindhoven, but the more I looked at it, the stats are pretty good in the game, but the more I looked at it in their records, It wasn't that taken, was it?
Right.
Oh, well, that's lots. Volendam and Young AZ actually looks like a likely candidate, though, given the stats. What's more goals in that game?
Let me check it here. Volendam. Where is this? Two more goals is 8-11. So it's 2-1 at the minute. Over 4.5 goals is 8-11.
Yeah, I'd be taking that. I'm on that. I'm gonna double it up with the other one, with the Hellman Sport game, and let the profits that I just made ride on that.
Nice.
Be happy. That's it.
Anyone watching Leipzig? How's that game looking? Still 1-0.
I was watching Leipzig. Were still well on top. They were still pressing. They're setting a very high press, and Cologne don't seem to know how to deal with it. My hope would be that they'll go 2-0 up there, and then obviously the legs will start going because the high press is, unless you're Man City, it's a very hard thing to execute for 90 minutes. So a 2-0 lead there would be ideal, and hopefully Cologne can pick up a crappy goal in the second half.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, it's like you said, Man City. It seems to be Pep. Pep must have some, pretty effective supplements or energy drinks for his guys, because they seem to be able to do the press longer and harder than any other team.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't really know how to do it, but he knows how to do it. So
yeah. James, Antwerp to score first is 1-2, not bad. I'd say it's a safe bet and good odds for an in-play treble fourfold. Yeah, definitely. I mean, score first or to be the only team to score would be. I'm looking at it. Even when I'm not sure if you're watching that game, James, but if you are, let me know what your thoughts are on it. But I mean, when Seraing get the ball, they don't look threatening. They had one good position, and that was like a counter attack, and it was poorly finished anyway. So I mean, Antwerp, yeah, good chance there to score first. I'd agree with that for sure.
yeah, not not a whole pile to report here on the Leipzig game. It's getting towards half time, and Cologne have had a little more possession now, but nothing major. No real
soft equaliser before halftime, PK. That's what we want here in East Germany.
I'll take a goal off either team now at this stage. Yeah.
How's that La Liga game looking, Savage?
Yeah, kind of as expected. Sevilla have mostly been on top for the first few minutes. Only one real chance to speak of was Elche got a shot to just pull it a little bit wide. But mostly Sevilla on top, but no clear chances for them yet.
Okay, I mean that'd probably be ideal if Elche scored first or early, wouldn't it?
It would really, especially for our 1.5 goals, like get them score early, and then Sevilla have to chase the game, which they should do anyway because they're, they're at home in front of a good crowd, so they should be looking for the win definitely anyway. But definitely an early goal from Elche would definitely drive them on. So, it could go both ways.
Yeah.
Cologne had a good attack here to end the first half. Then they got a corner out of it. They had a 3-on-3, but it broke down slightly. But they got a corner, and it comes nothing. No good.
You want to see the miss in the Antwerp game here. Really lovely ball across the box, and number 70, the forward for Antwerp. He just overran it by about a yard, and he tried to really, describe it, a very flamboyant kind of outside of the boot flick, and all he did was just flick it into the keeper's arms. But pressure really building there in Liège. So great grounds around there, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like real old and just not like not great grounds objectively, but to go to them is great crack.
You reckon?
Real old fashioned.
You reckon
going before half time?
Yeah.
Let me check the odds of it here. I could actually be convinced on it. It's less than just under half an hour. And geez, you know what? It's a penalty claim. They're not being given, but a good penalty claim there for Seraing. Oh, God, another chance for Antwerp. This game, yeah. Right, first half goal. Let's check the odds. Really good corner. Keeper probably could have come for, but it was really, really driven in, so it was a bit too fast for him. And centre forward, one of the Antwerp guys got up for it, but he ended up just deflecting it onwards as opposed to redirecting it in. Let me see here. How's this game gone? Half. 6-4 for a goal in the next 15 minutes. It's not a bad shout. Antwerp are building a lot of pressure here. There's been only 2 chances for Seraing, both on the counter. So, I mean, as Antwerp push on, would not be a surprise here to see another counter-attacking opportunity come their way. It's still 70% possession to Antwerp, 8 shots to 1. So, still very, very one-sided. So, yeah, don't let me say that those counter-attacking opportunities don't let you be confused to think that they were a huge amount. It's all the away team.
Yeah, Leipzig had a good chance here towards the second half, or towards the end of the first half. This guy inside the box, and he pulled it back to a guy in the box, and he didn't pull the trigger, and I can't really understand why he kept taking touches, but it fizzled out to nothing. It's half time now.
Okay. I mean, look, 1-0 in the first half is not too bad.
No, I'm okay with it.
This could be actually statistically one of the most one-sided first halves. Antwerp were to take their 6th corner of the half. None for Seraing. Like I said, 8 shots to 1, and they're having 70% possession. So really.
Antwerp were 23-20 to start the game. I'm guessing they can't have got much bigger than with that sort of domination.
10-11, so it hasn't really changed. That's still a good bet. Like I said it in the article on the website. Like, I don't see how Seraing can hold them back. Like, how they can just limit them, I think is how I phrased it. But there's just no way them to resist this side. Like, Antwerp, I don't know if they're the form team statistically in Belgium, but they're certainly playing the best football. I think I said it in the article. I think they're a good shout to win the league there now.
They lost to thing 2 weeks ago though, Royal Union, right?
Yeah, but that was just an off game. They're so much slicker than most of the teams around them. Bruges always do kind of come good this time of the year, but they're not really looking. I mean, we sort of said earlier in the season a few times that Bruges weren't themselves, and this season they don't look. I don't see them turning it on. Basically, is my point there. I forget the guy's name. They sold that big centre back to the Bundesliga in the summer, and they've just not been the same defensively. He's left a huge gap there. So, is this another corner? They're taking their 7th corner now at a half. So yeah, I think that if they're still even money at halftime, I'm definitely going to reback them. Basically, is my point.
Yeah, it sounds like a bet for me too. If they're still around that price.
Yeah.
Had an excellent chance there in the Sevilla match. And Nesri was put clean through. Didn't back himself. He kind of wanted to cut inside on his left in the middle of the box, and the defender just got back to kind of scuffle it a bit, but didn't get a shot on target. But he really should have done better with it. He was onside and clean through in the box, so should have just kind of backed himself and had a swing at it. But certainly, if Elche are starting to be opened up like that already, we might hopefully get a goal in this first half.
Nice. That'd be good. That'd be good for the bets.
Yeah,
that corner came to nothing, by the way.
The Porto game the Porto Sporting game has kicked off, and I think someone on the coaching sideline for Sporting has got a yellow card already.
Nice.
So there's only 2 minutes gone as well, so it's a bit.
What could you have done in 2 minutes to warrant a yellow card? Like,
I just flicked over to it because it went suspended on Bet365, and I didn't actually get to see it, but I seen the ref at the sideline giving a yellow, so I'm not obviously wasn't very happy about a decision that was made.
No. 2 comments in. We've got James. You got a new treble. Antwerp to score first. Yeah, can't argue with that. Premeira 1 shot on target. That's an interesting one. And then Rennes double chance, so win or draw. and that's a little shy of 7-1 as a treble. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. And the longer that PSG game rolls on, you know what I mean? You just like, if you get the shot on target, I mean, one shot on target comes as early as anything. And I used to make, I mean, last season PK in the Champions League, we made some money with those shots on target, but this season it's been a disaster for me.
Oh, yeah?
Listen, I don't know, am I overthinking it, but I'm just going for, I don't know, this is not coming good. Like, I'm backing players for 2 shots and they're having none and that kind of stuff. So just not really getting it close at all. Backing guys for shot. I mean, do you remember that Jude Bellingham one that we had before Christmas? Yes. What odds was that? I think it was like 330-1 fourfold of Champions League shots on target. He had 4 shots and none of them on target. So I've given up on it. Actually, I haven't given up, but I've accepted it's not going to go well for a while. And then we got Hamdi, who's commented in just TR. So I'm not sure if that's slang that I'm not hip enough to understand, or if it's just nothing. But let us know if you have something else that you want to say. Another good chance here for what a save by the Seraing goalkeeper there. Really good shot.
There's a chance on either end of the Porto Sporting game already. So it's pretty open attacking football. 3 minutes or 4 minutes in, and they both had a decent chance to score already. So it looks good for goals. So we might play that angle if it stays 0-0 for much longer in the first half.
Yeah, I'll have to be honest, it's not a league that I know much about, but anytime I've watched any of it, it's always entertaining, the Premeira Liga, whatever they call it. Good passage of play here. Oh, no, never mind. Right. So you still like your Porto and both teams to score there, PK?
Hard to read this game at the moment, but wow, it's been played at a high tempo. I'll tell you that. Lots of tackles flying in midfield, and then they're all supporting the attacks going forward. So it's I don't see how there won't be goals in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what price over 2.5 is, but at the moment it looks a good bet.
I think it's about evens.
It's not a bad bet.
Sevilla just had an absolute howler here. I think it was Rakitic got off a really good strike at the edge of the box. Goalkeeper got down well, and it looked like it could be a simple tap in on the rebound. Again, I think it might have been a Nesri in the box, but just completely donkeyed it. Keeper got out to close it down. Another guy donkeyed it and efforted it as well. So yeah, it's just a goal-mouth scramble kind of. But yeah, Sevilla really could be 1-0 up there, definitely. But yeah, good strikes by Rakitic to start it. Seen the replay there now. Some lovely intricate play down the sideline as well to start the move. But yeah, they should definitely be 1-0 up.
Oh, well, shame they didn't get it. It'd be a nice start for the bets. What's that, about 20 minutes in there? Maybe half an hour? No, 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah. So, but definitely Sevilla have had the better chances so far. So yeah, they're starting to. It's been a little bit cagey so far in the first 20 minutes. I think both teams kind of feeling each other out, but I think Sevilla are starting to maybe move through the gears now. A few slick passing moves starting to come together. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more action start to come to the fore.
Yeah, sounds good.
Telstar scored in the Dutch second division. That's the team that has down to 10 men. So I imagine the other team, I've backed over 3.5 in that. So I imagine the other team will have a good chance of 20 minutes left to get an equalizer anyway. So
nice call to go for goals and not the win market.
Yeah,
that's now looking at an awful lot dodgier.
A lot.
Free kick here for Seraing. Comfortably taken by the keeper. So
we have a suspended in the Sporting has scored. I'm just watching it here. You know the way you get it. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what odds Porto are to win here now. It was 11-4 a second ago, because I was just lining it up to actually back it. I wasn't ready to back it, but I was just going to, load up a treble or something.
They
And
couldn't have been
Porto,
that price pre-goal, though. It must
no,
have been
Porto
after.
to win and both teams to score was 11-4. Sorry. So what I'm saying is, now that they've conceded, what will they be to win? Is my question. Be interesting to see, in the space of a couple of seconds, what's that done.
Yeah, I got 7-2 pre-match, so I'm happy enough with that. I'm okay with them scoring first.
Not a huge difference. Yeah, I mean, that's for your bet. Porto with their perfect home record, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been very open, but you imagine Porto will pour it on now.
Yeah, they'll be tempted to just go for goals there. I mean, if see what price that is.
Said over 2.5 looked like
3 to 10 now, so I think we'll forget about that.
It's gone. He's got a lot of goals this season, Paulinho for them. He's a attacking midfielder, right?
Yeah. Anyone watching, or anyone in the comments, or anyone on the stream here, any thoughts on which Dutch goal might be good for a Dutch game might be good for a goal? Wouldn't mind getting on one of those. Suspended again in Portugal. If this goes 2-1 PK, you're already laughing. Where's that bit gone?
Oh, it's maybe for a penalty, but it doesn't seem suspended on my Bet365.
Oh no, it's back now, so it's back. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Corner to Porto, they'll review this. It is suspended now, so it's gone for a corner, and they're going to do the VAR review, I think. So
for a penalty?
I think so. No, it's not a penalty. I don't know why this guy goes down. It's pure Portuguese crap.
Shenanigans.
The guy took a swipe at it and got the ball and didn't touch him, and he decided to go down. There's no penalty there. There is a corner for Porto though, so.
Yeah, that's gone suspended on my screen. It went away, now it's back. So.
Yeah, I think when it went out for the corner, the VAR review was likely. So I think that whoever does that button obviously does it on the basis of if someone goes down, obviously for a penalty, you're probably as well to suspend play as quick as possible for in-play bets.
Yeah.
That VAR review is over. That was I don't know. That was a pathetic attempt at winning the penalty there, and he stayed down too, so that he
make the most of it. Just to cut you off, PK, for 1 second. So James had mentioned in the comments Premeira as his fancy for a shot in the Spanish game. Savage, who do you like to shots on target now? So don't have to be goals, but fire one off and force a save or be a goal. Who do you like over there?
Premeira is definitely he's the guy for Elche. Certainly, if they're going to get anything, it's likely to be him putting one on target. Sevilla have a couple of guys. I mean, Rakitic has already gotten a shot on target. He'd be a decent shout for normally a long range effort from him or a free kick, but he's already got his shot on target. So I don't think I think it's only one shot on target so far for Sevilla. So En-Nesyri, he's kind of the obvious guy. I'm just looking through the lineup we have here. I see we think.
He's 1-6 for a shot, and he's even money for 2. So he's probably a bit flat now for my liking. I might go.
You have the new guy Anthony Martial. I haven't seen much of him so far. He's been a little bit lively, but hasn't really gotten anything to stick for him yet. Obviously he's playing on his second game for Sevilla, so it'd be interesting to see how he goes. And but I just check. We have just double check. We have Papu Gomez as well, who can be a good shout for a long range effort as well.
Okay. Yeah, so between Gomez and Mila then is where I am at the minute. Right.
Yeah, so Papu Gomez, if you get a decent price on him, could be worth a shot. He likes to bait one off from distance.
He's
4-6.
the old guy that used to be with Atalanta, right?
He is, yeah.
I used to.
Yeah, he scored
the old guy.
Is he old? I thought he was pretty old.
33, so relative. We won't call him old on this stream right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call him old. I wouldn't call him old if I met him on the street, but if we're talking professional football in terms,
Yeah. But actually, he scored an absolute cracker in 2 weeks ago. Actually, from outside the box as well. But yeah, he's worth an effort.
Nice.
This Sport and Porto game it's wild. They're like it's just gun ho. These two are playing like they're there to win the league. So, Hellman just equalised. So there's that one in for the over 3.5.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on Volendam and AZ reserves to do something, but I don't know if that's going to come in. But this Porto game is definitely worth watching, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it is the nice thing sometimes when you watch some of the slightly more obscure leagues, you do just get this kind of sometimes bizarre, open, flowing football like that you just don't see in some of the Premier League. Sometimes this can be very staid, and everyone's kind of so conscious not to make mistakes and stuff. But other leagues just seem to just go hell for leather at it, and just it's a wild watch sometimes with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean that's why I love the Belgian league. Like it's just such a free for all. So often. Really good shot there from a couple of minutes ago from Seraing, straight into the keeper's arms in the end, but like a really good chance. And half time there now, so blowing the whistle. I've put on a small treble of a shots on target treble here. I've just gotten rid of it there. Give me 1 second. So I've taken your Gomez. I've put Gomez in the Sevilla game. I've gone for Verratti in PSG PK. He's 5-2 for a single shot. And I've gone Nkunku for or Christopher, whatever, for
Leipzig.
For Leipzig to have a second shot. He's only had one, and he scored with it. It's his only shot. There's really good prices for shots on target in that game, but with my bad luck, my bad run recently of reaching a bit too much for value, I've just taken him. He's 5-6 for a second shot. So that treble is it's 10-1 for that treble. So one more shot for him, and then one shot for Verratti and Gomez. So that's what I've got on there.
Yeah, it sounds like it has as good a chance as any. I mean, this is all Porto now for since the goal. So, it's working as I would like. It's only 15 minutes gone, and it seems like there's lots happening in this game. There's been a couple of people on the ground with not necessarily, how would you say, life-threatening injuries. So it's one of them kind of Iberian games,
Are you saying they're feigning injury in a match?
Yeah, it's wild, right? But yeah, no, in terms of attacking football, it's exactly what we want to see. So I think Porto have their fourth corner already. So in 15 minutes, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's commenting a lot of sad faces from someone here, Darius. Yeah, I'm not sure who maybe you were cheering on somebody. So let us know what you're sad about there. And I get a second to block these spammers. I don't know what they're selling, but we'll get rid of them.
I just looked at. Well, I had looked at, but I just looked again, and it was something I was meant to say earlier about Verratti. He has, according to what I'm looking at, in 13 games this season, he has 8 yellow cards. So, I mean,
it's a ludicrous ratio.
It's
that is.
It's quite high.
Yeah, I mean, he could be looking for a second yellow card suspension in like 15 matches if he goes that way. I mean, that's insane.
Yep.
But then again, he does have Sergio Ramos to to mold himself off PSG. So who better to trade you in? Like,
yeah, it seems a relatively tight game so far. Anyway, PSG at home. Rennes have had 5 shots compared to 2, and 2 corners compared to 1. So they're putting it up to them, and that's what I suppose you want to see when you're looking for yellow cards. Is kind of a gritty game. So
yeah, absolutely.
How it plays out, but it sounds like the Porto game is a much better watch.
Looking at it here, is there anyone in that Rennes team worth backing for a shot? But not really. No one catching my eye there.
Yeah, not a team I know much about.
Yeah.
Porto with their 5th corner in 20 minutes. That's some sort of, or 18. That's wild.
I think potentially you might have Papu Gomez with a shot on target there.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I think, yeah, I think it was. It might have taken a deflection to keeper's hands, but yeah, I think it looks to me to be their second shot on target.
I think the definition of it is, would it have gone in if it wasn't for the keeper? Or if there's no keeper, like the last match, like, you know what I mean? It's like the offside rule, if there's somebody else there.
Yeah, no, it's kind of dead center of the goal. Like, so yeah, I think that should be
it's up, yeah, he's in. Lovely stuff,
Savage.
Savage.
There you go.
Them kind of stats, they do tend to leave themselves open to alter them later, but I mean, that one sounds pretty conclusive.
Oh, yeah, we commented on YouTube here. Hopefully we didn't miss it there too long ago. Thoughts on Emmen taking the game, coming stronger in the second half. So he's not with us tonight. Slats is our Dutch football expert. He liked Emmen to win from beforehand. So yeah, I mean, for them to win it from here would be nice. It's 11 minutes left in there. They're 15-4 now, so they're after racing out in the odds. 15-4 to score first. Apologies, that's absolutely the wrong information. They're 9-2. That's actually even bigger odds. What am I talking about? To win there, so good price. They've had more of the shots. They've had 8 shots. Almere have only had 5, so definitely possible. They've had 5 corners. Almere's 9, so it seems like a very open game. And that's a league that's late goals are not uncommon. So, yeah, would not talk you out of that one.
Yeah, they seem to be dominating the second half, all right, because they were a little bit behind in the stats at half time, and now they're pretty well ahead. So, and plus, I'm looking at it here. Emmen haven't conceded in their last 5 away games or so. So, they've conceded 1 in their last 5. But it makes you inclined to think that playing against a team that's pretty bad at home in Almere, that they won't concede. So they're the likeliest to win that game. But not obviously we need Slats here to speak to it more, because it's not my area of expertise, that game anyway. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, coming back in Facebook, James, you've just found out that Balotelli plays in for Demirspor out in Turkey. I think that's where they are. I knew he'd gone to Turkey, so I didn't know. I've forgotten which team he plays for. So, his odyssey continues now wherever he's ended up.
If you go through the teams in Turkey and their squads, you'll see quite a few players that you're like, oh, I know them. And you'll see that they've just ended up out there. It's a bit of a wild league like that. And I think this year, actually, the Turkish league is a bit upside down too. They're, I think some random team, maybe Trabzonspor or something, are top, and then Fenerbahce, Besiktas, and Galatasaray are all way down the table. And normally it will be between the 3 of them. So it's a strange old league there this year. Not one that I look at too often, but I was having a look at it sometime in the last couple of weeks, and I noticed that. I was like, I didn't understand. Fenerbahce have been very bad this season too.
Yeah.
So it's a bit, what you do consider the strongholds of Turkish football are all struggling this year for some reason.
Yeah, strange.
I just had a look at Mario Balotelli there. Just when you mentioned him, like his list of recent teams is quite astounding. He's Brescia, Monza, and then Adana Demirspor. But like, what a decline of a career for him. Like, I mean, what a talent.
I watched him a bit.
Just
He went to Monza, so this season I've kind of given up on it a bit. It's just been a bit inconvenient for me. But a couple of seasons before, I was following the Serie B quite closely, and he went there to Monza. They're actually, they've got a bit of money, so obviously they went for him, and then I think it didn't really pan out. Obviously, as he's moved on again to Turkey. So yeah, his strange old career. The last time I saw him play, PK, you'll know Kilo, our mutual friend. Me and him went to Nice. We watched Nice play Marseille, and he probably made the best pass I've ever seen in my life. The Rabona, where you kind of kick it around the other side of your heel, where you kind of cross your feet. Yeah. He did a Rabona pass. It was probably about 45 yards under pressure into the box, and led to a goal. Unbelievable game. And so that's the last time I saw him play. I thought his career was on the way back up then, but then it went swiftly south, and literally south as well, through Italy and Turkey.
He's only 31. Like, he's actually, I mean, he's, as a striker, like, he probably still have you'd expect a couple of decent seasons left in him yet. Like, but yeah, just what a decline for a player that seemingly had loads of talent, but just couldn't keep it on the straight and narrow really when it came to sticking out with a club and stuff.
James just put in a comment, could have been one of the best. I agree. He had all the talent to do it, but he just couldn't do it consistently, and you could just see him sometimes. His head wasn't in it. I mean, I forget remember when he was Mourinho talking about his time at Inter, and Balotelli was there, and I forget what game it was, and he, just don't get sent off because we have no other strikers, and he got second yellow about 5 minutes into the second half and sent off, and you're just like, that sums him up. Way too hot-headed for his own good.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to mention that same story. He told him at half time, whatever you do not get a second yellow. And he went out, and 2 minutes later, he was gone.
Yeah. Oh, PK, you'd be a happy man. Oh, we've an update
Leipzig.
in Germany. Leipzig are 2-0 up. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's still suspended, so hopefully it is not a VAR interference.
I just switched over to it here. Seems good. There doesn't seem to be any doubt, but
do we know who scored it? Nice if it was that.
Yes, I don't think.
It's not in Kunku anyway for you.
Almo, I think it's showing up here.
Oh, it's from outside the box, so there's no VAR needed. It's 2-0, yeah.
Nice. Is Torres still playing? So this is to you, Savage. I know he was at Madrid in 2019, Atletico Madrid, but he was always on the bench. So can you tell us if he's still playing? The last time I saw him, he looked like a bodybuilder. He was absolutely jacked. I don't think he is anymore. But I've seen a couple of pictures of him, and he's an absolute monster now. But
I think
I'm just looking there. It looks to be he last played 2019, so he's actually retired a few years.
Youth team manager now at Atletico.
I think he retired he was playing in China. Was he at the same club as Iniesta or something and retired from there?
I think he was actually, by the looks of it, was J League. It was Sagan Tosu in the J League.
Okay, yeah.
But he finished up there in 2019 by the looks of it. But yeah, I know he's massive sense, now. He's just obviously just hit the weights.
Yeah, ludicrously big.
No, I haven't. Well, there's I don't know.
Players are coming back out here in Belgium. Fans look to be absolutely depraved. Cold. That's the wrong word. Depressingly cold over there in eastern Belgium. Looks good. We lost PK, I believe. So he'll come back when he's right and ready. But, Torres on the Adama Traore diet. Yeah, you're dead right, James. Yeah, a lot of creatine or whatever else it is they take to get that size. But Too huge.
Yeah, I saw a clip of Traore there recently, and he's saying like he doesn't actually do many weights because he puts on muscle too fast. So I was like, are you kidding me? Like, come on now. It's like pull the other one, like. But he started on his return to Barcelona there last weekend. I mean he's the kind of guy, like he's so scarily fast, but if you could just make sure that his end product matched his natural ability and his raw speed, he would be terrifying to play against, like, because he's the kind of guy, he's so fast, but like he can't nearly sort himself out to get the cross in from the wing. But like if he nails that, and certainly, I mean, he's like, what a guy to have coaching for crossing the ball, like in Javi. But if he can sort that out, he's going to tear teams apart, like, because
with that, there are some of those incredibly fast guys often struggle to actually produce. I mean, goal in Germany again, PK.
3-0 Leipzig. I was just about to mention it. Just hit them on a bit of a counter.
Come on.
No, it's not in Congo anyway.
Go on, buddy. It's Angelino.
That's the guy that used to be at City, right?
Is it?
Left back that used to be at City, I think, yeah. It's neither guy City signed from PSV and then shipped him out, I think.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Not sure.
I'll tell you now. Career. Yeah, he's the guy City sold to PSV and then bought him back, and now he didn't work out to get City again, and then he's now at Leipzig.
Has it ever worked out when a club buys a player back?
De Bruyne, no.
No,
sorry.
There's a question now to pose over a few points. Like,
I'm thinking about it, like, obviously this guy here, Angelino, thinking like Pogba could be debatable if he worked out. Your man, what's his face? Just blanked on his name now. Kind of brain freeze. I was thinking of another guy as well. Morata. He's another one that's just gone over and back and remained to be crap.
Diego Costa went back to Atletico, right?
Torres going back to Atletico. Neither of them were particularly.
You've Griezmann as well went back.
Mm-hmm.
But hasn't been the same player.
No.
Not since he went to Barca even.
No. Seraing, another good counter-attack. They kind of picked the ball off just inside the Antwerp half. Really tough angle for the little number 9 there. I'm not sure what his name is, but just too many men around him, so the ball was always rising, went just over the bar. But decent shot and a really good chance. Kind of, what would you call it, like a pouncing kind of, opportunistic is the word I'm looking for. So Antwerp back on the attack here. 90 seconds into the second half, and it's picked up exactly where the first half left off with plenty of opportunity. Another good counter-attack here. What did they do with this? They've ran out of steam. So, looking good in Belgium. Looking open, at least. And I think I'm going to retire the Belgium Friday night games if this finishes 1-0 after calling out the article.
Come on now. You won't give up on them that easily, will you?
No, he won't. He's talking nonsense.
Back to the old well every week.
He's talking nonsense. He'll persist. A bit like me with Atalanta last year.
Couldn't stop yourself.
Couldn't help myself. Needed an intervention, so I did.
That was the end of the season, PK. That was your intervention. They wrapped up.
It was very welcome. It's slowed down a bit. I've been watching the German game now for a bit, just because. But as you'd think now, Cologne are a bit more possession. They had a corner there, so I'd be hopeful that they'll press on and try and get a consolation at least. So gone back to the Porto game now. I'm going to keep an eye on that from here on. Still Porto dominating possession, so I mean only 33 minutes gone, so you'd still be hopeful of them turning this around.
Yeah, plenty of time there. And that's another league where we see a lot of late goals when we're watching them on the stream. So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried yet.
And Verratti hasn't got a yellow. It's half time, but it's a tight game. And Mbappe got a yellow, but it's a tight game, and it's the kind of game where he's likely to get hot-headed. So let's keep the fingers crossed there.
Yeah, so we're into nearly 6 minutes of added time in the first half in Sevilla. They got stretchered off. So still a few more minutes left in that before they load up for half time. Still 0-0. Again, Sevilla probably should be a goal to the good. Martial had a kind of backed out of a header there in the middle of the box. He probably should have attacked it when the goalkeeper kind of flapped at it. But they'd probably be disappointed they're not going in a goal to the good.
2-0 Sporting. That's not good. It's if you want to give a lesson on how not to defend to young people, this is probably it. Talk about leaving yourself open, playing a high line and not having a clue.
That's a tough one now because 2-0 is a lot in that kind of game.
Who tracked the middle? Why did that defender go out there? Oh my God, that's brutal. Yeah, no, I don't. This isn't good. But honestly, it's just shocking defending. You can't win games defending like that.
You sure can't.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I never know when you see a team playing like that. I mean, these guys are coached to such a high level, and they spend week in, week out training these tactics and all this kind of stuff, and then you see it out in the pitch, and you kind of think, well, A, why is it so bad? And B, why are you continuing to do it? Why don't you just change it mid-match and just say, right, let's scrap that and go to plan B when you're clearly being hot cold every time the ball goes forward and you're getting, you're barely holding on to avoid conceding another goal and another one. But I never understand how a team can't pivot mid-match and just say, right, lads, that didn't work. Let's go with something else.
It's managers' ignorance, I'd say, to a certain degree too, right?
Maybe it's they're too proud to say you made the wrong mistake or you made a mistake in the lineup or something. But when you see teams getting blown apart like that, it's kind of like, sure, any guy on the street could tell you that it's not working for you. You need to obviously have a plan B or a plan C, maybe.
Yeah, like you said, ignorance or maybe even stubbornness, you know what I mean? This is how I do things and that's the way it's going to be done kind of attitude that you get out of a lot of people. I mean, probably every walk of life. Great ball into the box there by Antwerp. Except there was nobody in the box to get on the end of it, so it just turned out to be a waste. Nearly a good ball into the box.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm not sure how Porto are going to come back and win this, but maybe they will. Lots of time, and that's about the only good thing about it.
Check the odds here. They must be huge odds now. 9-1. Geez, actually, that's not even that high. To be 2-0 down.
They were well on top, but 2-0 is.
It's just hard. If you've been on top and you get caught in the counter, and then you're on top more, and you're caught in the counter again. Not necessarily they were caught in the counter the first time, but where do you at what point are they going to cop on? So I don't think I'll be too tempted by that 9-1 now, if I'm honest.
No, there might be a case for double chance. I mean, it's a top of the table clash. They're not going to throw the towel in, but it's not looking great at the moment. Anyway, that's for sure. Emmen drew 0-0 as well with Almere, so that would have. We have a goal for Porto.
Oh,
wow! Over 2.5 was probably good money in this game.
2.5 inside half an hour. Let's see the replay. The crowd are going, but let me turn this up actually on get my audio. Some crowd they have there. Fair play to them.
That's what I mean. It's been a really intense game now, and this is
3-1 now. Let me see this. Jeez, the passing it at some speed, aren't they?
Yeah, this is going to get really intense now, and there's going to be tackles.
Oh, is he offside?
No.
He is.
Who is?
The guy who squared the ball.
No, he's not. Definitely not.
Some finish.
It's a good finish, but he's definitely not offside.
On my screen, they're pausing it and drawing a line. Like,
Oh,
it doesn't look. God, this better not get ruled out because that's a beautiful goal. That's back, and they're still 3-1. Yeah, it stood lovely.
Yeah, I didn't know what because it didn't come up with a line in mine, and he looked clearly onside. But okay,
That ball is back in play anyway. That is some stadium. Well, I'd love to see that. Go
That
with
is
that. Anyone in the
Leeds,
comments
isn't it?
mean any? Sorry?
No, my bad. I was just thinking I wrongly named the stadium. That's all. I don't even know what the Porto Stadium's called.
We got 2 questions in the comments. We got James, was the bet Leipzig and over 2.5? No, the bet was Leipzig and both teams to score, unfortunately. And
thanks for
we got a
putting that
comment in from a nuisance commenter in here called Gary, who's telling us there's a rumor going around the QPR are the bet of the century tomorrow. So, well, the bet of the century. I believe we made that claim on the stream before, and I believe
I was going to say, has he made that claim before?
Yeah.
Can Gary confirm if QPR are actually playing tomorrow or?
Oh, harsh. Gary's an unbelievable record in the EFL, and I think when you call his bet of the century, it's probably one of his worst records. But then his actual EPL or EFL record is top notch. So I'll definitely be tempted by it, but have to give you negative points, Gary, for calling it bet of the century. So keep those comments to a minimum now. You'll be earning yourself a ban.
Is it just to win? Is that the bet?
QPR. Yeah, he doesn't actually say QPR the bet of the century. So Gary, is that a straight win? He said it's true this time. A low blow from PK. Yeah,
had to be done.
Yeah,
I apologise.
Estadio de Drago is Porto Stadium, James. You believe? Did I hear one of you guys say you were thinking along those lines?
It's suspended here again. There's tackles flying in on the edge of the box. There's
the Porto guy jumped up. You never like to see that.
This is a good game to watch if anyone is neutral on it.
It's definitely better than this Belgian dross that I'm watching.
Nothing else to be at.
He didn't go head to head, did he?
No, I think they just jumped up. It might be yellow, but I
only caught the tail end of it, so I wasn't sure. Gary, QPR 21-20 home against. Oh, not doesn't say home, just against bottom of the table Barnsley. Right, so yeah, I'll be getting on that. And anyone who is not familiar with SportsRunDown.com, Gaz is our EFL expert, and he has a weekly article up there. And I have no doubt that QPR will be in that tomorrow. So head over to SportsRunDown.com for more bets of the century. This getting all I'd say call it argy-bargy here in Porto, but throw in, it looks like it's going to be the end result there. 20 minutes left in Germany, need a goal for Cologne, and 35 left in Belgium, and need a goal for Antwerp.
Reading up that Cologne just had a good chance, but they didn't convert, obviously.
And Nkunku, or whatever that guy's name is called, he just had his second shot on target for Leipzig. So now I'm just waiting on.
Pepe just yellow. This is suspended. This game is going to have reds. I wonder what the market is for the Porto game to have a red.
It's suspended, so I can't tell you. When it comes back, I'll let you know. Pepe is remember that Paddy Power tweet earlier in the season? It was like a tale as old as time, and it was just like 4 pictures, and it ended up with Pepe getting a yellow card. It just classic. Let's see him here. He's shepherding the ball out. Guy reaches around him to clear the ball. And that's a very, very soft yellow card.
He did throw back the hand, but what is the guy doing hitting the ground? Like, this is
shameful.
I don't know. So it's shameful stuff, and it's horrible to watch.
Speaking of yellow cards, Liam, did you watch the Arsenal match last night? I actually didn't catch it. Did you see they sent me off?
Yeah,
I didn't actually see it, but it sounded like a bit of a mess. Like,
so one of the Wolves players was over on the sideline, and Gabriel ran over and kind of pushed him, and the ref gave advantage. And then in the advantage, your man, I don't know if he threw the ball or kicked it, I can't remember. He downfield, and Martinelli went chasing after it, and he just kind of bundled over the guy who got the ball. And the ref just booked him for both. He booked him for the first one, and then booked him for the the yellow in play. Now, they're both very, very soft anyway. But like I've never seen that before, where you get booked. I remember speaking to people about it like years ago. My old man in particular, just going like, I wonder how it works. Like you see people, I can remember in the past, like Rooney being one example, and he'd hack someone down, and they'd keep the ball so they'd get advantage, and you just hack them down again. And you're looking, and I've never seen it given 2 yellows in the same, within the advantage. So there's a strange one.
Yeah.
Arsenal still picking up all sorts of bizarre cards and strange. Carry on.
Is it six red cards since January? I think they've had or something like that. It's actually mental record. Like they've their discipline teams have got.
If you'd seen, remember all that stuff about a potential match fixing yellow card. Like if that news had come out now, you'd be absolutely certain it was that Martinelli one. Just Gaz is obviously on the beer tonight. 100% right decision. Yeah, well, we've watched matches together, Gary, and I think your opinion on these decisions now was questionable at the best of times, so we'll leave you off on that one.
Oh wow, it's getting personal up in here.
I don't know. I'm not saying it was the wrong decision. I'm just saying it's another one we see in most football league. It's another fight in Porto. Yeah,
chaos. It's chaos. This game. Yeah. Pepe's in the middle of it after getting a yellow too.
He's getting
a second yellow. Of course he is.
Like, wow, I am shocked Pepe's involved in a fight. Like,
would you call it PK? I don't even know if that game came back from suspended between the last yellow and this one, but
oh no, it's a different player getting a yellow.
Oh yeah. No, Gary says he tweeted it earlier. I actually saw your tweet. I was just a bit busy getting ready for the show here to engage with you. I wouldn't like 2 soft yellows. I mean, you can't complain about soft yellows. They happen all the time, but it's like, there's been hundreds and hundreds of instances over the years where the ref doesn't give 2 bookings within the same passage of play. So if they're going to start doing it, grand, do it and just be consistent about it. But you can't just do it for some players and not for others. That'd be my only take on it.
Yeah, I think the thing for that though is that like if you have a bookable offence but you allow play on, and then you have another bookable offence, then surely you've ruled out the advantage and said, no, you have to go back for the first bookable offence. So then the second bookable offence doesn't really or shouldn't really exist in like. But although there was an example of something kind of vaguely similar in Barcelona the weekend where the players claimed there was an offside, which should have stopped the play. But now the ruling is that you should allow play on so that you can allow VAR to interact it as a goal. But Dani Alves just raked down the back of a guy's leg, just like absolutely blatantly, like got a red card. Then some of the Barcelona players were like saying, "Oh, you blew it for offside, so it shouldn't exist." And it's like, yeah, but he still recklessly challenged him and deserved a red card. It was clear as day, like. But they were kind of saying, "Oh, but it's offside, so the play should have stopped." But it's kind of like so.
That's where I would definitely draw the line. Like yellow cards, like that's what I'm saying. They're both soft, so I don't really know how you'd adjudicate those. But I mean, those kind of dangerous ones where you could actually hurt someone. I don't care what's going on. I mean, if the game is already stopped, you should still get a red card. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure someone will put. Oh, this could be a red card for Antwerp here.
This Porto game is chaos. It's absolute chaos.
Yeah, I can't decide what game to watch here now. Flicking between the two of them. I mean, let's see if Pepe, like, what is Pepe to get sent off?
I think just
very small money, I'd say.
I think just a red card is a great bet. It's not even available. They're probably trying to count up the amount of cards that happened.
Yeah, they don't even know what's going on there.
Yeah, let it set in at halftime and we'll take it.
It's saying 5 on Bet365 anyway. There's been 5 cards so far, which for another card for someone on the sideline. That's a second sideline. Yeah.
Still suspended, 4 minutes of injury time, but we're 2 minutes into it. This is lunacy. There's another 5 minutes of football left in this first half, and the sending off could be before then.
Yeah, cards. Let me see it here. Each side of it. Yeah, I'd say that market is just down for the time being. Yeah, no, none of the bookies have the card markets up at the minute, so give that a while. Curious now how this PSG game is getting on. I wouldn't mind Verratti to have a shot or a card. Actually, either would do me, but my treble that I called it.
Verratti's the last guy in your treble, is it?
Yeah. Oh, that idiot for Antwerp got sent off. So 0-0 and down to 10 men. It's being reviewed by the VAR guys, and oddly enough in Belgium they're giving us a live feed of the guys reviewing it. He gets the ball. I think this should be overturned. He goes through the back of the legs with his trailing leg, having already got the ball. Like he kind of launches in full speed. It looked absolutely atrocious, but he launched in from behind and got his foot out in front and kicked the ball away. But then just went straight through the back of the guy and brought him down. No way he was going to injure him. It was not that kind of dangerous tackle, but it looked bad in full speed. If it stays red, there's no way he's going to win on an appeal. I could also see it getting toned down to a yellow. Not ideal for this bet. Although Seraing might come out and try and get the win and hopefully get caught in the counter if they think they have the man advantage, or while they have the man advantage. Yeah, it's a tough one for the ref here. He's over reviewing it himself now that the guys in the box couldn't make the call. James telling us Antwerp scored. Not on, unless I'm watching something that's after going behind, James. I'm not seeing that. Let me check what time is on the clock here.
No, it's still saying video reviewing.
Still saying 0-0 at 65 minutes,
Yep, that's what I'm seeing too.
Unless I looked away in the middle of the excitement of this Porto game and the red card was given and then there's been a goal chance at a VAR. No, your man is going off the pitch now. He's been sent off.
Yeah, no, it seems to be a red card. Seems to stand.
You couldn't. That's one of those ones. If you'd been given it as yellow initially, you probably wouldn't upgrade it to a red. But it was given as a red. It's tough to downgrade it to a yellow. You go through the back of a guy, whether you get the ball or not, you're really at risk. So that's now made a bit of a, this bet more difficult. What are the odds now? Antwerp out to 3-1, Seraing 9-4, 8-13 for a single goal. Wouldn't put you off that. This Muppet is still walking off the pitch. Would you ever just get going? So yeah, that's where we are now.
Don't seem to be seeing it. Don't seem to be seeing a goal appear in that match now.
Where are you seeing that, James? Sorry, you said it's suspended. You just assumed it was a goal or a penalty. Yeah, that's fair enough. Seeing a replay here. Yeah, you could even make a case that he actually just needed him in the back of the leg before he ever even got the ball. Like I said, never really was going to injure him, but he's off the ground. It's 2-footed. It's from behind. It's tough to make a case to not get a red card there. Good attack here for the home side. Oh, geez, nearly. Oh no, went out for a goal kick. Instantly looking threatening there, Seraing with the man advantage.
I'm switched over to the Cologne game or the Leipzig game here now, and it's Cologne have gone all out for a goal here. They're leaving themselves open on the break too, but I mean that's what we want to see, right? Is them going gun-ho to try and get a consolation.
Commenting, we missed this comment a few minutes ago. Oh, sorry, go ahead, PK.
No, that was Savage.
Sorry, go ahead, Savage.
Do we have both teams to score in that match?
Yeah, Leipzig and both teams to score.
Okay.
It wasn't over 2.5, but there's still 10 minutes left, and Cologne, as I said, are pushing on for a goal here, so it could come. Yeah.
James, you got a comment in. These are weekend bets. QPR to win, Torino to win, Leverkusen to win, and Lou to score and win. Is Lewandowski to score and Bayern to win? I'm not sure what that last one is, but looks like an interesting angle overall there if you want to elaborate on that one. So Rain, I've just given the ball back to Antwerp, who are now actually looking kind of dangerous here. This could I'm kicking myself now for the goals angle in Belgium again if they can sneak a 1-0 win here, the visitors, but they're certainly not settling for the draw anyway, which is a good sign.
Yeah, I think Cologne just might have registered their first shot on target there, so they're obviously looking like they're searching for a goal anyway.
It was a weak effort from the edge of the box. Guy was falling backwards, but they're definitely more eager than they were anyway. Yeah. they're leaving gaps at the back, but you couldn't care less about that now from our angle anyway.
Not at all.
Still just waiting for the Sevilla game to start back up. Looks like the teams are coming out there, so we should be underway in the next minute or two.
Yeah, I'm just looking through what's on at the moment. I'm trying to see there's any angle for some more bets. I'm wondering what over 4.5 is in the Porto game now. Well, if that was anywhere near even, I'd take it.
Yeah, for sure. You got most of your horse racing up bets, James, but football letting you down a bit. Yeah, we don't actually talk about much horse racing on the stream here, but we have a lot of horse racing enthusiasts here at Sports Rundown. So, yeah, ask any questions there now. Maybe Will PK is our expert tonight. He's our most expert of the three of us, and Gaz is huge into the racing. So when he's back on the usual stream, feel free to chime in with any racing questions. Myself and Gary actually are part owners of Grungy. I'm not sure if you're aware of that horse, but so yeah, huge interest here in it, and nearly a chance for Seraing. So yeah, fire away with any thoughts on that. But if you're getting your horse racing bets up, you probably don't need what we're talking about. But tell us what you're backing, and we'll tell you.
I can't. I'm not much help anymore in that regard. Yeah, I suppose it's a great weekend of sport. There's a bit of everything on, right, and then finishes off Sunday night with the Super Bowl as well for anyone that has an interest in that too. So, I mean,
it's a huge weekend.
If you don't, if you struggle to get into sport this weekend, you'll never get into it, unfortunately.
Yeah, true. Then it's not for you.
Yeah,
a good chance here for Antwerp.
Cologne had a great chance.
Antwerp have a good one here. They've just wasted it. That's unfortunate, PK. But it's good to see that they're still going for what's left in that. Probably 15 minutes.
10. There's 83 gone, but there'll be added time. But that was the chance. He was at the penalty spot and it laid back to him, and he tried to place it, and some guy got across and got the block in. I mean, it was a big chance. Might not get as good again, but we'll see.
That's unfortunate now.
God.
So Sevilla's just kicked off again there, but interestingly, Nesri has their centre forward has been taken off at half time, so I can only assume it's an injury. I think he's only recently returned from the African Cup Nations, but must be an injury, I would assume, because I mean he's their main centre forward, so come off at half time, you'd have to assume it was an enforced one.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Seems like a strange one at half time, all right. This Cologne game is going to kill us, I think, even before it gets to either of you.
I don't see Antwerp scoring 2 with 10 men, so I think so for the bet we're giving away, we only need them to score 1.
Yeah, that's it. We only have them to win, right? So,
I mean, it's not dead yet, I suppose. 1 goal from Cologne, 1 goal from Antwerp. It's not.
Yeah, well, that's it. But there's a lack of time now in the Cologne game, so
yeah,
we need them to score soon if possible. Well, I'll take any time, but I'll see.
Yeah, dangerous free. It's a good position for a free kick here for Antwerp over on the far left hand side. Maybe about 5 yards outside the box, but on the sideline. And that Nangolan fella is going to take it. Let's see here, 72.5 gone. Everyone is in the box. It's good. Oh, jeez, it's awful free kick. This could be a penalty. No, he's not giving it. He's giving a free out. I thought that was going to be a penalty. Oh, well.
It doesn't go to VAR, no?
It does, but I mean, one of the Antwerp guys jumped up to head the ball, and looks like one of the Seraing defenders just clattered into him. maybe he's given it as a free out for maybe a high arm from the Antwerp guy. I thought it was going to go the other way, kind of I thought he shouldered him into the chest, but maybe that's just my bet bias there, and it's not actually the case. So, yeah, it's free out. Still 15 minutes to go.
Sevilla had two very good early chances here. This one, they had kind of a decent effort inside the box, and just it was deflected wide and then from the resulting corner, they had a very good chance, clear header going forward, but straight into keeper's arms. But they've started a good pace in the second half so far.
Cologne had a shot off target there inside the box. It was a good chance again. They might actually get their consolation here if they keep the pressure up.
Yeah, I mean, Leipzig have no real reason to fight on, do they? So let's hope.
It's I just looked. It's even money for over 4.5 in the Porto game. So I'm sticking a wedge on that. I think it's
2 more goals. Yeah, two
Yeah.
more goals.
Even money. So that's that'll be my last bet of the night, I think. And if Leipzig got a chance for 4 here, no, wide.
PSG do some faffing about with the ball, don't they? They get 4 fellas in the box and they still can't get a shot off. It's frustrating when you've got Verratti to have a shot.
Well, this is your guy in Kunku that just put it wide. I think he'll be.
He's grabbed a shot PK already. I don't care about him
Oh,
anymore.
sorry. I apologize then. It's not suspended now though. I don't know why.
Is it late? Some bookies do it late.
Okay, right, yeah, maybe, but it's a little early for that. Oh, Leipzig are on the attack. I wonder. Oh, no, yeah, I think it's just how late it is in the game then. Oh man, Cologne were on the break there too, and they just didn't seem to have that last pass.
Good free kick here. A good position for a free kick here again for Antwerp. Nangolan is stepping over it, and between us, he can't really do worse than he did in the last free kick. Looks like he's going to shoot this one. He shot it. Waste of time. So goal kick to Seraing here. Yeah, Antwerp still really pushing on here. This game is beginning to feel like it's going to be a 1-0, and my article at least is going to be wrong even if we win the bet that we're giving away. So we can hold on hope there. Rennes are definitely the better team here in Paris from what I can see.
It looks that way. The stats seem to imply that.
Messi just made a bit of a mistake. He kind of just ended up accidentally kicking the ball out for a goal kick, and Verratti just went into a studs up challenge, won the ball, but studs up nonetheless. And he's not going off, is he? Well, I think he's getting subbed off, PK.
Well, these things seems strange to give a man 5-10 minutes in the second half, but oh no, wait, how long has gone that game?
No, it's what's on the clock there. 60 gone.
61.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure if he went off. I think he was walking towards the sideline, and I just read too much into it. So
I'm checking here.
I can still cash out on my treble just for basically my stakes. So I imagine he's not gone. I usually suspend that. Another shot here for Antwerp. Another crap shot, but a shot nonetheless. They're still playing away. You got a comment in there from looks like Sist or something like that. You had Royal Antwerp, lol, RIP my money. Yeah, I know how you feel, buddy. They're still, I don't know, Royal Antwerp still have a chance. I know the red card is not doing them any favours, but since they've gone down to 10 men, they're still the better team. I have Royal Antwerp as well, myself backed. So
goal for Cologne.
Yes.
In the last game, because it was only 1 minute added on, he scored from a corner. It was a great header.
Oh, brilliant.
Bullet header.
So our bet is right back in it now. These shitbags can do the, excuse my language, do the business. So
What
now
a
we're
goal.
really invested with you there, Sis. We have a treble that we're giving away, actually, and it involves Leipzig to win and both teams to score. That's effectively in. We have Antwerp to win, 12 minutes left there, and Sevilla to win over 1.5 in Spain. Plenty of time left there, so not much to worry about. So we just all cheering on any Antwerp goal here, and they are by miles the dominant team, even with 10 men. So I would not be worried about RIP or money. I feel like Tyron Woodley even. I'm not sure who Tyron Woodley is, if anyone wants to.
He's a UFC.
I was going to say he's a UFC fighter.
He fought Jake Paul. He got knocked out by Jake Paul there a couple of months ago.
The UFC is on past my bedtime, so I never get to see it. But yeah, you're all right, Sis. I actually think now I'm going to look at the odds. I think there could be a late winner here for the.
There's some commentary.
Royals.
I'm not even going to read out the comment there that he made.
It's a bit risque there.
Oh yeah.
But so Sevilla are. I mean, if they don't get a goal in this one soon, they'll be kicking themselves. Rakitic had an absolute rocket save there by the keeper. Relatively straightforward save, but excellent effort from outside the box. But they really should be ahead. But Elche did have, to be fair, had one decent attack there a minute ago, and it was one of those ones where the ball's dropping to a guy in the box, and you can see him lining up the ridiculous overhead sideways kind of kick, and it comes to nothing. But but definitely Sevilla have had some excellent chances, but they just haven't converted yet.
Yeah. I'm going to go all in here. Well, not all in, but I'm going to double down again on this Belgian game. 25-1 for Antwerp to score, PSG to score. Antwerp to win, PSG to win, and Sevilla to win.
PSG just scored.
What a time for that bet. They literally 2 seconds. Mbappe. Wow, why couldn't it have been Verratti? Great stuff.
It looks like Verratti's coming off. I think Wijnaldum's coming on, so it makes a 1-1 sub. So
I'll check my cash out here. Suspended.
He called it offside. It's going to VAR, but obviously, God. We're going to need a line on that. I don't think he's off, but there's going to come up that line.
Yeah, it's tough. While they're reviewing that, sister, back in the comments, you've got Royal is plus 500 right now on my book. So I think that's a American talk for 5-1. Yeah, it's not a bad price. I'm still watching them here. 10 minutes to go, so time is definitely against us, and they're a man down. But they have been the better corner here. Let's swing it. Oh no, keeper's caught that. Yeah, it's probably just about value. I like the look of it. I wouldn't go crazy on it now, but it's worth keeping an eye on. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm always curious when people use that plus 500 terminology, where it's coming from. James, you're back in the comments. Finally, Cologne have done the business. Yeah, that's true. PSG hasn't had a shot in the game in the last 20 minutes. Yeah, that's also true, although that one being called back for offside could have lightened, opened things up a bit, but not to be. Di Maria is on here. Has my guy been taken off? Oh, Wijnaldum's just coming on now. Let me see if I can quickly get my cash out. It's gone. God damn, Verratti.
It's not Verratti.
Is it not? Who is this guy coming off?
Simons or something. Xavi Simons. Nice. Verratti stays out there, and hopefully it stays 0-0. No, actually, you don't want it for your bet, do you? Do you do or you don't?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'd like to see, maybe if they're under pressure, and they start kind of surrounding the box, and then Verratti might just fire a shot off. It's kind of how I hope to see it. There's another non-PC comment here from Sis, something to do with your stepsister. So we'll leave that one to anyone who's in the mood to read it. Poetic at least. VAR review here in Belgium. Oh God, what are they reviewing? I was actually watching the Belgian the PSG match. I missed it. I see the ref is walking over to his little TV again. Nobody looks happy, so I'm not sure what the call is going to be here. Let's see it. Ball swung. Yeah, it's going to give a penalty to Seraing here. You could be RIP your money.
Don't we back against the scoring in this? To remember the curse?
Yeah. No, it's going to be a penalty the other way, though. Sis, you got a great comment. Not putting any more money on them. They already hitting me with the chair shots like they're the Undertaker. Yeah, that's how I feel about them at the minute. So
it's a lot of descriptives of how he's getting knocked out.
I like your way of putting these things. Let's see. It'll be a soft penalty if he gives it, but time is still working against us here big time. So don't think it's going to matter. PSG just passing it around, not doing a huge amount. So if I get my Verratti shot, that's that 10-1 winner that I called out earlier. That'd be nice. Yeah. Still do some absolute faffing. Let's see how this is looking here. He's still reviewing that. I don't know what there is. I mean, if you can't decide after 5-6 replays, I think just it's not clear and obvious. Move on. So this ref looks like he's about 15. Jeez. It's the youngest ref I've ever seen. Let's see what he's given. No penalty. Lovely. Right. Throw in.
The dream is alive.
We're still there. 6 minutes left to get a goal. It could be a good bit of added time now. I mean, there's been at least 5 minutes lost to the VAR machine. So the Antwerp coach going bananas. Home fans are delighted with themselves. Not sure why, but I suppose a draw for them is actually quite good. I said it in the article. I think Westerlo are just crap. Not Westerlo. Westland Braven are just really bad. They probably save Seraing here, but I mean, if they were left to their own devices, they'd be headed back to the First Division B now. Verratti is involved in something here.
Nothing much.
No. Oh, brilliant. It's counter-attack for Seraing, and they tripped over. One guy ankle tapped his own teammate.
Nice.
So came to nothing. That would have been some soft penalty, but not given, thank God.
If you're keeping an eye on the PSG game, I'll switch back to my Portuguese football. It's been keeping me entertained.
Yeah, I'm watching the two of these matches now. It's more a sense of dread than entertainment between will Verratti get a shot and can Antwerp find it back of the net with 4 minutes to go. So you've definitely got I drew short straw here, PK. You're getting the high octane Portuguese clash.
Yeah, I did over 1.5 in the second half too, well over 4.5 in general. So I'm quite invested in this game now.
I've just seen that we've had a comment blocked there by the system, Sist, or Sis, I'm not sure how you pronounce that username of yours, but I'm not going to read it out, and I'm not sure we can actually unblock it either, but it involves, you don't think there's going to be a goal anyway, let's put it that way. You'll chop off a part of your anatomy if there is one, so you're pretty confident there won't be a goal in Belgium. I mean, that penalty definitely hasn't helped, but I need it to be an Antwerp goal, so I'm not even, wouldn't be cheering on any goal. They treated you like you were a cheap. So, yeah, you certainly got away with these comments. Actually, highly entertaining.
Oh, there could be yellow / red here. There's a red for Sporting. Coates.
Oh, lovely. That is what you want.
The guy was through. It'll obviously get reviewed, but this fellow was through, and
yeah. When you're reviewing that, James, you saying Antwerp was suspended. Yeah, you would have seen me talking about that penalty. So non-penalty in the end. So obviously, what we want not to be a penalty to them, and it hasn't been since that call. Though the last 3 or 4 minutes, not even sure Antwerp have had the ball. So if there was anyone going to score here, it's probably going to be Seraing, even though they're not great at scoring goals. I mean, yeah, they just kicked the ball out for a goal kick there. 87.5 minutes gone, and so we could. I think it's going to get to the stage now where Seraing, Antwerp is hoofing it down. This pitch looks like a race course. It's in such bad condition. They're actually showing close-ups of it here. It's disgraceful that any professional league could have a pitch that bad. but that is the way we're at. What are the stats? I pull up the stats there. 19 shots for Antwerp, 8 for Seraing, and no goals. So, not great.
Looking good for this Porto game now, and yeah.
Yeah, big time.
It's a nice start to the second half in terms of my bet. Any chance of Antwerp getting a last minute goal a la Cologne?
No, if there's going to be a late goal here, I think it's going to go the other way, unless Seraing overcook it and get caught on the counter. It's all one-way traffic since the last 15 minutes. Now, most of that hasn't even been in play. So, yeah, chance, but not looking great. And I'd say there's going to be at least 5 minutes added on.
Now I know at least why there was no card market so available for this game at half time.
Yeah,
that would have been the easiest red card money I think you'd ever make. I meant to back up Gaz earlier on. Actually, I had a look. QPR are playing Barnsley and they're even money. That's I mean, bet away on that one. Is what I'd say. Barnsley are dead. Barnsley are gone. They're already pretty much relegated. They can't win a game for their life with them. They might be they're the worst home team in the league, and QPR is the 4th best away team, I think, or 5th. So, I don't hold much hope for Barnsley. So I think I have to agree with Gary that that's a bet what you want kind of game.
Mm-hmm. Bet what you want there is slang for as big a bet as you can stomach. For anyone who's not familiar with the terminology.
Bet what you want and bet what you can afford. That's the key
exactly.
to everything, right?
Never overdo it. We would be advocates of the old responsible gambling here, so don't bet what you can't afford to lose is my mantra, even though so Sis, you've actually made an interesting comment there. You're sponsored and monetized and you wouldn't type anything to get us in trouble. I mean, I can strongly already say that you certainly might type troublesome things, but if you're sponsored and monetized, I presume that's in reference to here on YouTube. So by all means, elaborate. Very curious about that. A lot of people watching us on Facebook. So yeah, let us know if you're watching these games with us. James, I presume you're still tracking the same bets as before. Antwerp and mostly Antwerp. Although they haven't touched the ball, I'd say, since about the 75th minute. 90 gone. So let's see what's going to get added here. So it's counter-attack here for Antwerp. Come on, please do it. Yes, possibly the slowest counter-attack I've ever seen. The pitch is in absolute ribbons here. Free kick. Oh, brilliant. Soft free kick here to Antwerp. Nangalan, he's stepping over it again, and he's got at least 3 crap ones so far. So, I mean, statistically speaking, he's bound to get a good one.
Loads of average, right?
Yeah. It's far enough out that he's not going to go for it as well, which is a relief. 8
not taking
minutes.
into account his actual ability stats are
No. 8 minutes added on. Oh, great defending. Antwerp scored. Yeah.
No way.
The worst goal I've ever seen.
Right.
Antwerp scored.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Brilliant. I told you guys that they were going to do it. Unbelievable. Sevilla suspended. Savage update there. This was the worst free kick.
He's suspended.
No.
Really well defended. And then just a shot hit one of the defenders on the arm and then trickled in past the goalkeeper. Absolute Belgian First Division A gold. Actually, I take that back. It wasn't a bad free kick.
He might have got done for handball anyway.
No, that's the defender handball.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The defender might have got done for a handball even if...
I thought you meant it might get called back. Yeah, 100% that was a penalty. He was sliding, his hand was in a very unnatural position.
Yeah,
so
it was up in the air, sort of.
I said it in my article, if this finishes 1-0, I will... Oh, that's 3 weeks in a row now, but great fight from Sevilla, from Antwerp. I actually said it a few minutes ago. I'm not sure if you were listening, but they, Seraing could overdo this and get caught in the counter, and then there was a counter attack that led to that very soft free kick, I might add. Another counter attack here. Imagine if they scored a second. He's going to. No,
looked like a foul, but that didn't give it.
Yeah, the ref was very quick though to point at the ball and just say that it was play on. So I guess not. Still 6.5 minutes here, so I wouldn't wouldn't write anything off, but hopefully the state of this pitch though. Yeah, you're cheering on Antwerp as well there, James. Delighted. Sis, you're back in. You're saying, not sure I can. You're going to go. No, I definitely can't read this one out. But yeah.
Now, just to like round off the bet, we need Savage and Sevilla to get 2 late goals and just for last minute.
We're under serious pressure for that. So
no, we don't need 2 late goals.
Oh,
all right.
Do we get? Yeah, Sevilla are 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Sevilla 1-0 up, and there's Elche guy limping off the pitch here. I think he's limping now to make up for the fact that he must have let something down. That Sevilla jersey is really tidy, by the way.
It is actually, yeah. The kind of pinstripe kind of. Yeah, I'm a minute behind here on my feed here, but I can see it on live score coming up as 1-0, right? Yeah. So yeah, we're only looking for one more goal in that, and it's gone the right way as well for Sevilla to be up. So and I mean,
Gomez. Happy Gomez.
Ah, very nice.
That's who
we already had him for a shot on target earlier on. So yeah, he's doing good stuff for us.
It's deflected, but you're going to take that. Oh, right.
This is drifting towards a really profitable night now. Especially if that Verratti can get a shot off, I'd be laughing here. So 1-0. So what
was the treble? Was the live action ACA? Was that including Antwerp to win and over 1.5, or just Antwerp to win?
Just Antwerp to win.
Okay, so one more goal and Sevilla score.
Yeah, so Sevilla score and Antwerp don't concede. Yeah. The reason, by the way, I changed that was just because, I mean, I'll still take it in the tracking our own P&L. I can take it as a loss, but it was 5-6 or 4-5 for Antwerp to win and 5-4 for them to win with the extra goal. But by the time I went to back it, the straight win was 23-20. So it was basically already out to 5-4. So I just thought, I'm going to take the odds. Oh, hold on a second. Are they going to score a second? They've kind of slowed it down. So I just thought there was no point in putting the extra pressure on, for 1/20th of a unit. So I took it. Not going to matter. Oh, sorry, it's actually going to matter what I'm talking about. Yeah, so what are we looking at now in Spain? So all eyes on Spain now.
Yep.
And I see another goal is even money in that match. I mean, seems like it's not bad. Like you said, such a good, strong record at home for Sevilla.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Go ahead.
It's hard to see Sevilla losing at this point, but I mean, I suppose if they go a little bit too gung-ho for the second, they might get caught cold, but certainly they should run away with this really. Like, I mean, they should have bagged the 2 goals by now already. They're back on the attack now again.
Yeah. James, you're saying about the giveaway bet. Yeah, we just need that one Sevilla goal. That was Sevilla and over 1.5. So it's not dead. It looked dead a couple of minutes ago. It's definitely not dead now. We've got 20 minutes left in Spain. Just need one more, and we obviously need Antwerp to hang on. They're playing the corner flag here. I kind of wish they'd go for a second just for my own. Oh, God knows. Risk of a counter attack here now for Seraing. But yeah, 90 seconds left in Belgium, and then that leg is in the bag. And the other leg, what's the other leg? Oh yeah, the Leipzig, and that's already in. So comment on YouTube how many minutes left, boys. Yeah, 90 seconds in Belgium, and
17 plus stoppage in Spain.
Yeah, so they got to 20 over in Spain.
It's been late goals in the other 2 bets so far, so I'll take a last minute Sevilla second. No problem.
Oh yeah, 100% would be taking that. No questions asked.
I'm 80 minutes gone in a really tight game in Paris, and Verratti's not gotten booked. I don't know. What's he doing?
What's he up to?
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's having an off day, so is he?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to want to throw himself about.
Or just get a shot. That'd do me.
I was going to say, 80 minutes at home and PSG only have 1 shot on target. I know Rennes is pretty high. Yeah, just looking there, only one shot on target apiece. They have 5 off target and Rennes have 7 off target, but yeah, it's kind of like for a team that runs away with the league. I know they're playing a top side now in Rennes, but yeah, it doesn't say much for their glittering all-star team.
No,
No.
it does not.
Yeah, you're comment in there again on YouTube. So Royal was 8 plus 800, so 8-1 to score a goal over 0.5 goals just before they scored. Yeah, I guess that was probably a reflection of. I mean, I would have expected that to be even higher. I guess it was a good reflection of how dominant they'd been earlier in the game. I mean, the absolute stack of shots that they'd had as well. So that's over.
It's
now.
over. It's
Yeah,
over.
lovely.
Perfect.
Just caught back and I saw guys in red. I mean, Antwerp would wear red. I mean, with their away team here, so they're wearing white, and all the managers had red. I just caught back and it was guys hugging.
Oh, Sevilla!
2-0.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable
That's
stuff.
the one.
Yeah, they have to concede 2 now for this not to come in. This is beautiful. It's there.
Yeah, it's in the bag.
Nice one. Yeah,
lovely stuff.
I mean, there's next to no chance Sevilla or Elche getting 2 in this one. Like,
yeah,
I know there's still a bit of time left, but it'd be very unusual.
My cash out's nearly 100%. So
actually, mine is.
Yeah.
99% here we can take.
Elche have one shot on target so far. Like, so, no, nice one.
Go on.
Great stuff. Yeah, great stuff. Second Sevilla goal from James. Yeah, you're dead right. Just still waiting on Munich to have a shot on target. What's that, PK?
You're going to have to get these last minute. Is there an offside here?
For the Sevilla one, is it?
No, he wasn't involved in that phase of play.
No, that's not offside.
Oh, yeah, no, I think they're counting it for Rafa, is it?
That's a great header, though. This is like the Porto goal. It deserves to stand just because it's such a nice finish. Back across the keeper. No, that's good. Game is back on. Yeah. 250 to 1 on.
Gets in.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, I saw Rafa come on there a few minutes ago, and I was like, yeah, he's kind of guy, like that could definitely pop up with a goal, like. But yeah, he's obviously running against a tired Elche defense now. So yeah, great to see that come in.
Oh, lovely stuff all together.
PSG have made all their subs and they didn't take off. They didn't take off Verratti, so he still has time to just throw a leg at something. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just do it.
Just do it is right.
To be fair, that was very even. I know there's a guy way offside for the Sevilla one, but there was the guy who was actually onside. It was Martial, was actually dangerously close to going offside as well. So they got very lucky there. But yeah, Martial stood up a lovely cross there. So yeah, excellent one for the second goal.
Brilliant. We've had good really second halves in games. I see Sist and YouTube has commented that he got a notification as bet it out. That's the plus 800 for him and that in the Antwerp game, and because that's a tasty profit in that one.
Yeah, nice. Nothing better than that notification telling you that you've won. And James on Facebook, you seem to be getting a lot of winners as well tonight. So yeah, pretty happy about that. Another profitable night for you. If remember, you had the same last week, so good stuff there. And yeah, unless there's anything, anything major, you're going to be the first 2022. We bet you win, Victor here. So. Personally, now for myself to turn it from a good night to a great night, I just need Verratti to get a shot. That would be huge for me. Otherwise, it's still great though to land that treble, and probably a good thing that we ended up changing the giveaway bet to reflect, considering that the Emmen bet didn't win and that PSG have had screw all shots. So that late notice actually was quite good, quite useful for us.
That's what I was going to say to you. You need to make late substitutions to these bets from now on.
Yeah. Don't pick anything, and then 5 minutes before kickoff we jump in.
Yeah, I'm just watching this Porto game again now. Porto are literally all over them. So I don't know. It's 65 minutes gone now though. So you'd hope they'd score soon.
What do we actually get the Aka bet at the start?
I think it was 10.6 to 1, just
What I got.
just outside 10s. Yeah, so
Very nice.
yeah, pretty decent. Guts of 110 quid for our lucky viewer. Well, not lucky, engaged viewer.
Yeah,
PSG match is bugging me now.
Lucky and engaged.
Let's give me 1 second.
Yeah, no bookings. One booking for Mbappe and no goals in that like French game. It just seems like an absolute shite game. Like,
Yeah, that seems tragic. Like you've two shots on target for the two teams and one booking. Like there's not even anything to really get your teeth into there.
yeah, like you'd think it'd be feisty at least or something, you know. But no, there just seems to be two teams out there that don't really give a shit. Just not good. But anyway, it was worth a try with Verratti. His statistics surely led to a thought that he could get booked. So it's all on Porto for me anyway. I'm in money anyway with that with Heracles coming in, but if Porto do the business, I'll be up plenty.
So what do you need in that one?
I need Porto to come back and win this now.
All right, okay.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see at the end of the Sevilla game at least anyway, right? And cheer in our win.
I can't see any way Sevilla slip up from here.
No, I mean we're inside 10 minutes left there now. I know we probably have a little bit of stoppage time with the few goals, and I think there was maybe one or two injuries in the second half, but so we might have 15 minutes maybe left in that.
I just realised I got the Bet365 early payout offer on that because they're 2-0 up, so mine's in.
Oh, lovely. Actually, yeah, so did mine. It's in. So actually, it happened as well. I got it too.
So
because I did it as a bet builder. So I did it as a bet builder. So both that leg has won, and then the other leg has obviously won.
Yeah, same as.
So it's in the bag there. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough choice tonight between who's our winning commenter. So I mean, Sis, you probably don't know this about our stream, but we put that bet on ourselves every week, and we give the winnings to the most engaged viewer, and you put in a valiant effort there to be our most engaged viewer, certainly our most poetic viewer. But I think James is going to win it. James Noble on Facebook, you've been a long time. Well, it's only relatively new, but certainly all this month and last month you've been a regular commentator, and we bet you win. Love hearts in the comments there. Exactly. Yeah. Look, we love betting with you people. We love coming on here chatting about this stuff, and tonight now we've been quite lucky on both platforms. We've had a lot of comments, and we've actually, that's what we really want to get. So, delighted to be giving that money away. So, James, I mean, I'm not sure, actually, I'm not very good on Facebook, but just reach out some way and, get us in the DMs, if that's what it's called. Message us and we'll sort that out. Sis, if that's how you say your name, make sure to come back next week, be the same time, and obviously you can be in with a chance to get that. So, there's actually no point in even pretending that there's anything left here, because Bet365 are giving the early payout, which is fantastic, of course. It's actually probably the best functionality of any of those specials that you get on the bookie sites, that early payout.
Verratti got his yellow.
He didn't.
I missed it, but he got it.
Oh,
If Porto do come back, I had a treble on with Verratti, Leipzig and both teams to score, and Porto and both teams to score. So I'll get 350 quid off a tenner if that comes in.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Very nice.
I'm fully engaged in this now. Anyway, I just looked on Flash Score there, and Verratti has his yellow. So, and my cash out's gone online. So, I've got to sweat for 20 minutes. And this will all be
interest for you, so
raw profit if it comes in, because obviously the ACA landing as well has put me in the green regardless. So, and a couple of little in-play winners as well. I
actually just forgot that bet I called out, that 25 to 1 that I called out. If PSG can score a winner, that's going to land as well, because Sevilla is in the bag. It's 2-0 up. Now, I did that on Betfair, so I don't get it paid. But
Sevilla.
I mean, it's in the bag by all accounts. So there's actually a lot of interest for me now on this PSG game. If Verratti shot, I win money. If PSG score, it's very late, 6 minutes at a time only. So let's see if they can do the business here.
Go on,
That would
Verratti,
be
legend.
huge for me. And they're right back in it stats wise. I mean, they were under, well underneath Rennes in terms of shots, but now they're back at it. So yeah, it's the end of that there.
That James, and I don't know his second name, that we're going to pay out this money to. He seems to do nothing but win when he's with us.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was up. I don't know if we need to get him in as a special guest or something, because he won. He won last week too. Plenty, it seems, in his bets. I need him to post. I need him to post a couple of losers so that I know that he's not just winning all the time and losing sometimes like the rest of us, because he's making me feel bad. But but fair play to him. We seem to
delighted for you, really.
I'm not sure if we're lucky for him or if he's lucky for us, but I hope he keeps coming back anyway.
Yeah, are we bringing it, or he's just been a long-term winner and we're cashing in? 4 minutes. Oh, counter-attack here for PSG. Come on.
They scored.
You're joking.
Yeah, they scored.
It wasn't Verratti, was it?
If this is Verratti, it's going to be
what a goal.
No, it's Mbappe.
What a lovely goal. Oh, so I'm back in business. So I won that treble. So again, we have some record this season on calling out live trebles that win huge. So that treble I called out 25-1. That landed. Not our biggest of the season either. We had a 43-1. It was funny looking at the crowd going mental there in the Parc des Princes. Like, they get a lot of heat, PSG, for being like a money club, but they actually have some serious fans. Like, it's not like, that, if I forget what that crowd was in Dagestan or Man City and these places. Like, they have a legitimately huge fan base that are really passionate. So
Lads,
that was great.
With everything that's happening so late in these games, it's destined that Porto come back, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Seems to be tonight. Oh, the keeper got a good hand to that. He should have saved it probably.
That was a powerful shot, though. Like, that was one of those ones. There wasn't a huge pullback. He just kind of always associate that type of shot with Arshavin. Remember him back in the day?
Yeah, just like, take it out from under your feet and whip it a bit.
Yeah. Really nice pass there from Messi as well, actually, to set that up. So class.
What was your treble that won there, LB?
Antwerp to win when it was 0-0 and down to 10 men. PSG to win and Sevilla to win in both of those games 0-0.
Wow, that's
so Sevilla evens PSG at 13-10 and Antwerp at 9-2.
Fair play.
I think that was 25. I think that was the one. Yeah. And that's after putting a nice complexion on the end of the show here as well. We'll have to break the bad news to Slats and Gary that they need to take more breaks from the show and get you guys back. Been a lovely good luck omen.
Yeah, but good luck to them. Porto are really struggling to break Sporting down now. Is almost as if it was better that they were like 11 men. But
that's exactly what happened in Belgium. Seraing got the man advantage and they started to play out more and got caught on the counter. And when you're winning, if an underdog is drawn and they go down to 10 men, or the team is winning and they go down to 10 men, I think it can ruin the game because they just sit back in and just, smother it all up. 1 minute left to go here in Paris, and it is PSG just playing it out from the back, really badly playing it out from the back, I might add. Goal kick again. So, yeah, France, I think they just look a bit gassed now, if I'm going to be honest about it. So, let me check my cash out on this one. It must be pretty decent. Yeah, I'm getting nearly the full stake back, or nearly the full amount. So,
yeah, this is just relentless from Porto now. I don't see how they don't score. Whether they get two now is could be tough. But if Sporting hold on and win this, fair play to them.
Full time in
Paris.
Yeah. So that's another late winner there. This is definitely a record, I think, for the most late goals. Delighted. So that's that. We're waiting result. I'm getting offered. I suppose the Sevilla game is not in play. It's not finished. So That's why the cash out is still a bit down. Are you still watching that game, Savage? Just coasting, I presume, at this stage, are they?
Yeah, they did a deflected strike there a minute ago, but yeah, Elche have offered little in the last. Probably really this half. Really, Sevilla, I mentioned at the start, came out firing at the start, and Elche really haven't had too much going forward. But yeah, they're just seeing this out now, and we're just ticking over into 90 minutes, I think, probably plus a couple of stoppage as well. But yeah, there's no way Elche are winning this, or even drawing it really, unless you get 2 freak goals at the end. But yeah, I think City have this sewn up.
Yeah, I can cash out for 5 cents less than the total amount. So I think the bookies have expected there's close to 0 chance of a comeback there. Yeah, really delighted with the way the show went tonight. We'll give you a message on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, that'd be ideal, James. Facebook Messenger. Yeah, or find us on Twitter. I'm on that more than I am on the Facebook one. But yeah, we'll stay in here tonight and catch you. And just send us a message and we'll sort that out. So yeah, we'll have to maybe try and make a highlight clip out of this. We've never actually managed to do that of a single show over the last year or so, but a lot of late winners. So yeah, James, that was the bet we called out at the start of the show, and you are I'm going to say lucky winner, but you're certainly on fire, so no luck involved. And we're going to give that to you. So that's like I said, 10.6 to 1. We had a tenner on it. Sevilla to win over 1.5, Antwerp to win, and Leipzig to win, and both teams to score. And we got 2 injury time goals there, or very late in Belgium with 10 men, and injury time in the Bundesliga. So pretty entertaining stuff.
We've been close the last few weeks. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we're due to hit, and it might be one of our smaller ones, but I mean 10 to 1 technically keeps us in profit for the next 8-9 weeks, you know. So
yeah. I mean, completely. I mean, we had this series is well up for the season anyway. We had those huge winners earlier, but I'm glad we changed the bet, because anyone who would have read the article on the website, it was Antwerp to win and over 1.5, which lost. We had Emmen to win, and that drew, so that lost. And we had Premeira 2 shots on target in the PSG match, and he didn't play, so that's void. So it would have been a 5 to 2 or 2 to 1. Oh, it was 2 even monies. I think it would have been about 7 to 2 double. So it's a 7 to 2 losing double, or a 10.5 to 1 winning treble. So I know which one I personally would prefer to be on.
Yeah, you'll have to tag in the super subs anymore, LB. But I mean, there was I think PSG only had 2 shots on target too, anyway. So imagine Danilo having 2 by himself.
It never was going to happen. Yeah, I mean, you know, our League One expert, Donmo, he actually did say that, you know, the PSG are just I actually said it at the start of the game, didn't I? You'd expect them to batter a team and they can come out and win 1-0. Like, they just, every time I see them this season, they're like that. They're kind of, that's what I'm really curious about when the Champions League comes back. They just keep doing just enough. And is that a sign of like a team winning ugly and it's a really good sign, or is it that they're just not really up at the races? So we'll see. I've got them back to win the Champions League in the summer as well. So hopefully they can hit the ground running when they come back.
I think with PSG though, like, I mean, obviously you've got Mbappe, he's been there for a few years, like, but I mean, you nearly forget that they
Porto 2-2.
Porto back in.
Lovely stuff.
Yes, it's offering me 120 off potential 350 here. I'm seeing it out. Don't care. Don't do cash outs.
No,
it's unavailable. Is this going to there? Oh no. Oh no, I think they're going to take it off. Shit. Wait, why would they do that? No, this is a perfectly good goal. No, that's in. That's fine. All right. Gee, I got a sweat on.
So one more for the bet to land, is it?
Yep.
One more from Porto.
Yeah, for 350 off a tenner.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yep.
So that'd be a grandstand finish for us. So.
Yeah. Do we want to stay online for this one, LB, or what? Do you think?
I'm happy to. I'm nowhere else to go. I'm happy to stay and cheer it on. Yeah,
right,
what's left in it?
12 minutes of normal time, and then it's a good one.
I mean,
this will be
2 all at home with a perfect home record playing against 10 men. You have to think that they've come back from 2-0 down. They have all the momentum, you know.
Yep. It's And I sent you this treble earlier, I'll be right, because I was like, these are the 3 bets I fancy for tonight, and this is them all together.
Unfortunately for me, I was too busy setting up this stream and didn't actually get on it, so I can't even claim that I'm on it. But I'll be cheering you on nonetheless.
Yeah, it's it'll be one of my better wins if it comes in now. It's a great header, though. I don't know if anyone's seen the goal. It's
I just saw the replay there. Really nice, yeah.
Yeah, he gets up and attacks it like a proper centre forward. I think a couple of people took knocks, but he was very strong, so kept his eyes on the ball. Yes, that's a great goal.
Their other goal was a header as well, the one back across the goal. Like, that was a really nice header as well.
No, I think you're thinking of Sevilla.
That's the Sevilla one.
The Sevilla goal, sorry, I'm thinking of that.
Porto's one was from the edge of the box. Remember, we thought it was going to get ruled out for offside. He side-footed in off the post.
Oh, yeah.
While we're in a break or nothing really happening, a bet that I just found for the as LB knows, I like my NFL, and it's tough to find value this weekend in for the actual Super Bowl. But one person of note is the quarterback, or the back, or whatever he is. He's a wide receiver, I think, for the Bengals, is Samej Perine. He scored against he's in the AFC Championship game. He scored against the Chiefs. I think he scored their first one, ran it in. They're one of their main guys, Uzama, is injured. He went out with his knee in that game, and you'd imagine they will double up on Jamar Chase, who's their big threat and has kind of decimated a few teams this season. So it's likely the smaller guys or the less known guys will get a bit of attention, and he's 13-2 for a touchdown anytime. So just a bit of value I found in that game. If there's any listeners that do NFL bets, it could be worth a look. But now the soccer has started again, so that's full interest again.
Nice. Yeah, I find big matches in almost any sport, like, you don't find value in the Champions League final or the Super Bowl or those type of big events, because there's just way too much attention on them, Certainly the type of betting I like to do, I find much more, in Belgium, in, other places like that, or just regular matches where they're not getting the full, every analyst in the place looking at them because they're going to take millions of euros in bets. So
yeah,
another yellow card here in Portugal.
Yeah. The players are going daft now too, but I mean, I don't know why they're reacting. It's a yellow card. Oh, there's a red out. Oh, did that just come out of his pocket? No, it's a boot. I don't know why players go crazy and stuff like that. Like, it's quite simply a yellow card, like, and the ref's doing it. I mean, you just got to give him a chance. Like, nothing's going to happen. He's not going to give him a red for like a slightly bad tackle in their own half,
But especially when, like, the players know themselves what makes a yellow and a red, like, and they're obviously looking at it from 2 feet away. Like, I mean, you know your mate pulled them down, or it's like they still go over and like shouting in his ear saying, "Oh, it's not a yellow." It's like, but it's clearly a yellow. You saw it happen, like, and he's given a yellow for an obvious foul. Like,
has a ref ever like given something and then changed his mind because he gets shouted at? Like,
no,
literally never. Like,
literally never. Like, and like,
I
just don't know if their point is just reacting, getting people's faces there for the sake of like a bit of an intimidation factor, or is it do some of them actually think that there might be a red card there, which leads me to think that their footballing brain isn't great. Like,
but I think as well, like, I mean, if you genuinely thought there was a chance of a red card, like, you shouting in the ref's face it could be the thing that tips him over the edge. Like, he could be like, oh, well, maybe it was a strong yellow, as they like to say. But then you get up in his face and you go, right, grand, I'm going to make it a red then, on the off chance, because, like, he'll definitely never roll back on a yellow, but he might tip over the edge to a red, like. So, it's I don't understand it. I mean, you have these professional footballers who just make a show of themselves over a simple yellow card. It's like, I don't really understand it.
Yeah, and that's it. Like,
absolutely.
But that's it. There's a lot of theatrics in football these days. It's not all about the football anymore. But,
it's a bit annoying. Some of it is just excessive. Like,
But yeah, we're gone full time in Sevilla there, so we're comfortable win the end and 2-0, and yeah, nice to see that one land.
Yeah,
Very nice.
nice easy win, and went as expected. Not as sweaty as our other two.
Yeah.
I mean, still late-ish. I mean, we've got another sweat on here too, so it's been that kind of night. You just gotta.
And Porto putting on serious pressure here as well, you know.
Serious pressure, and there's still lots of time because there's going to be at least 5 minutes added because that stopped there after the goal too.
Oh, some chance there. Just broke unkindly for him.
I'm about 2 seconds behind you, I think.
So I'll keep my mouth shut.
No, you're good. You're good. There was a serious chance. I mean, if they can
look at people online, and sorry, PK, people online talk a lot about, especially North Americans who might be a bit newer to the betting, and they're always saying about how live betting is so bad. And I think their logic is that probably with the bookies in the US, the odds are so bad. I think that might be the logic. But I think with football and European football and with European bookies, it's by miles the most profitable. I mean, you're watching these matches. I mean, we said it how Antwerp could catch Seraing on the break. They were huge price. The guys in the comments putting in bets, live bets that win. You've had loads of them, PK. You do see real good value. And if you just have the discipline to stick to those and then not, be putting on massive 200 to 1 fourfolds, I mean, you just do the actual bets in play. I think you've, some great angles there.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the American aspect might be, the sports that they bet on, there's so many stoppages, right? So if you want to bet baseball or hockey or football in play, it's very hard. I mean, Go ahead.
I was just going to say that. Do you think it's the sports themselves don't lend themselves to in-play betting because there's such little actual game time each bit that you actually don't really get a chance to see what's actually going to happen next. I suppose obviously things like the guy's going to get X amount of shots off in basketball or something, but everything's so staggered that you're kind of you get a chance to even bet on the next outcome.
Yeah, it's tricky. I'd agree with you. I don't really know. I wouldn't know ice hockey well enough. In reality, I don't know basketball well enough. But even say American football, it's not this. Teams don't build momentum the way they do in football, like in European football. So it's not like you can see the odds are drifting because time is running out. But you can see that they're building a lot of pressure and momentum. We saw it with some of the playoff games in the NFL. Teams will just score out of absolutely nowhere. Obviously, that happens in soccer too, but I don't think it happens to the same extent. And I think the other side, I don't think there's such an element of building pressure because teams just take timeouts and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe the sports don't lend themselves. That could be it.
I
think a lot of the technology in the US is new to them too. I mean, sports gambling's been there, but it's not there to the degree that or mobile apps as in Europe that we would be familiar with. So I think they need to get accustomed to and how to use the markets and how, the way we knew that going looking for a red card in the Porto sporting game here was likely that the market wasn't going to be there,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just familiarizing yourself and becoming more in tune with it. And I think in time, obviously, the market in America is huge. I don't know if you've seen the statistics in the first month of handle in New York, but it's massive and it's only going to get bigger. So I think they broke the record first month. I think they had 125 billion, and would that make sense? Is it billion? No, 1.25 billion. Sorry, 1.25 billion. Sorry, and I think New Jersey used to have the highest before that at something like 1.16 billion or something. So
I think New Jersey had the top 5 or 5 of the top something months. It's actually a big. I saw a very interesting topic. I'm not really going to bore anyone who's not hugely into betting, but basically they were saying, would New York steal the liquidity from New Jersey? And they basically said no. Serious punters need the liquidity, and they'll go to the established markets. And it just looks like it has happened. It's just gone to New York.
Oh, absolutely! People were going to New Jersey to put their bets on from New York. Absolutely, from Manhattan or downtown. You'll take a trip out on a Friday and put your bets on for the weekend rather than using. These
I saw people that set up drive-through, food or drink outlets with car parks and really good internet just across, so people could go across the river, get their bets on, and buy stuff in their car park. And now they're saying those they won't be getting any traffic anymore, will they, over the tunnels?
No, probably not. But this game's scrappy now. It's very scrappy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here, and it doesn't scream to me that a goal coming.
Porto, well, like it's not like Sporting have had an attack, but Porto's legs don't look great either. They're bringing on a sub here, but there should be at least 5, if not 6 minutes of added time. So, let's hope that it brings a goal like that did a late goal like we did in our other games.
Yeah, absolutely. Be a nice winner for you. That would be really good. So fingers crossed. Ali, you've commented in 3-2. I hope that is you've got the almanac there and you're looking at the Porto game. A couple of minutes ago,
suspended. Oh,
James wants to cash out amount for Porto, so I'll pass that to PK. I imagine when you asked it was a lot higher than it is now. PK, a cash out on offer?
It's about $60 or 50. I'm definitely not taking it.
Yeah,
I don't do cash outs, so how much is added? Does it say? I can't see what the screen is pretty small, but
it's a six PK.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Okay,
yeah, definitely $6.
$60 it's off for me, but I'm happy enough to.
Yeah,
with the pressure that's been on to see this out.
Yeah, and James, then your comment from 15 minutes ago that I missed, we killed it today with the bets. Absolutely, buddy. We absolutely mopped up, so delighted with that. And you picked up a few extra winners as well. You did a few singles. You're actually pretty smart with the singles, it seems. You comment those in usually, and there's a single on this, a single on that. That's definitely my shortcoming, that's the phrase. I need to get a bit better with the singles. I think I just chased the greed of the trebles and whatnot. So yeah, big noise. Does he make? I didn't actually see. Did he hit him in the face there, PK?
No, he didn't even get close. It came across his chest, and it wasn't even a foul. If you're being perfectly honest with you,
come off it, buddy. Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah, pretty.
There's no shame left in football anymore at all.
Oh,
did Pepe end up getting his second yellow, or is that a different Pepe? The second yellow for Pepe here, but doesn't seem to be given a red card.
James, you got to go. Great stream. You've messaged us. Yeah, we'll find you on Messenger, and you know where to find us anyway, so don't worry about it. We have the 110 quid to be sending your way, so congratulations on that and your own winners, and we'll see you next week. And obviously spread the word about it. What a great show we have here, and we get a few more people in. We always love to get new faces and old ones back. So, enjoy it. Yeah, congrats again, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll chat to you next week, James. Savage, to answer your question, was that a red card? I don't see a red card.
No, I think there's a second Pepe came on.
Oh, right, so, classic stuff.
Yeah.
10 yellows though, so it's nearly surprised there's not been another red.
Yeah.
We've 4 minutes for this goal now. Come on. Oh yeah, Eduardo Pepe. Oh no, different. Come on.
Yeah, it's very messy to carry on here now in this game, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it's gone scrappy. Porto don't seem to be able to build up the play there. Going long for some reason, and you're playing against 10 men. I don't know why you'd do that.
Yeah, it's strange. It's just pointless, like completely pointless.
Well, you should be playing against gas legs. You should be making them work for the ball as much as possible and not just punting it and giving them a chance to punt it back.
Yeah, because as we said, team actually started this match when they're playing, the high line and getting absolutely ruined by it. But like how teams don't seem to have an adequate setup to play against 10 men. I mean, I think you alluded to it earlier on, Liam, about how like teams just don't, betting against teams with playing against 10 men there's no value in it because teams don't seem to know how to close out a game when they're playing against 10. But like sometimes with that, like it's like you've got the numerical advantage and somehow you don't know what to do with it. It's like surely you've practiced and trained for the situation to try and work around it. But yeah, sometimes they just seem all at sea as to what to do with the ball when they're playing against an extra man. Like
it actually reminds me, I forget who it was. One of the the pundits you'd see on Irish TV, during the Champions League, and it was when United played that Swiss team, Young Boys, was it, earlier in the year, and they got a red card. And they basically, and it was I saw it live, and I was like, geez, it was very noticeable. And then they made a big deal of it after. I think maybe it wasn't Richie Sadlier, but it was one of that, one of him or his peers who made it. And it was like, it was even, whoever it was anyway, right? And basically, United got the red card, and Solskjaer and was it Phelan or whoever his assistant was, like, basically whipped out their notebooks and were like talking to each other, and they didn't know what to do. And the Swiss coach, like, he just instantly knew what was going on, called everybody over, told everyone the new plan, and they obviously went on and won. And it was like, he knew, like, they had a plan for going down to 10 men. They had a plan when United went down to 10 men. They knew exactly what to do. And as soon as it happened, the coach went over, told them all, and they made the most of it. So it's such a common thing to happen. It's just, it seems to catch teams off guard. It's really sloppy sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's true. This game is really scrapped. Porto have got worse since they actually drew. Like, it's just like they keep bringing the ball into challenges and everything. It's really weird. Oh, chance here though. Oh, why didn't you hit it with your left foot across the box? Oh my God, that was a strain.
I think he'd lost it anyway. I think
might have been offside. Yeah, the guy beforehand. But why do you play that with your right foot? It's madness.
What's on there? 95.5, is it?
Yeah.
This would be the best of the late goals we've had tonight if this one comes good. Yeah.
It sure will.
Oh, there was a loose foot there. Let's see what. Why did he overdo it?
Because they've done that a lot. It's just they won't play the last ball, or it's been very bad. Oh, that's it. It's game over.
Do you know, and when I looked at this, when I did that treble, by the way, it was 25-1 anyway, but I looked at 12-5 for the addition of the draw in this game. You muppet.
Gone for a corner. They'll get to play this corner.
I looked at the addition of the draw in here. God, I'd be stressed but happy man now if I'd done that. You know?
Corner to end the game. Come on, score from this. This will be
96.5. Have they changed that rule? The ref has to let the corner be taken and give them a chance to score, doesn't he? He can't just blow it up as the ball is kicked.
Yeah, I don't know any ref that would do that anyway, but if it gets cleared, it'll be over.
This fella's lying injured off the pitch. There's no reason for him to stop here. Like, that's not the rule. Do you know what I mean? He's lying off the pitch. Just get going.
As a coach getting a red card, he came around the thing and...
This has been great. Let me check the summary of this game. Yeah, Jesus, 1-2, yellow goal.
The guy has come onto the pitch. See this? The player that was down injured off the pitch has come onto the pitch.
Come off it, like.
This is
not excluding the 3 cards to the coaches. This game went yellow, goal, yellow, goal, goal, yellow, 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 red, yellow, yellow, goal, goal, yellow, yellow.
They're only going to have 9 men to defend this corner because this player's going to have to stay off.
Pepe in the middle of it, unsurprising.
This is crazy old game to these games, huh? Come on, score.
That's the stuff we watch it for, really, though, isn't it? This kind of drama.
Jeez, Portuguese.
Come on now.
Yeah, this is...
Coach is walking across the pitch. He doesn't give a fiddlers. Come on now. The man is still on the ground, but he's back on the pitch here. The ref will have to send him off.
I think there's a bit of a row on the sideline, is there? Someone's running somewhere. No, they're going inside.
Yeah. So just for anyone who's just joined us in the last couple of minutes, PK here has got a treble riding on a Porto winner here. He needs it. The game is well and truly over on the clock, but they'll be allowed to take their corner and need that.
I can't believe the ref hasn't done anything about this. This player's come back on the pitch.
It's weak refereeing, isn't it? He's sending him. He's telling him to get off.
Oh, absolutely. You can't let him back on. He should be booking him. He should be booking him at least. You can't let players do that. It's mad.
I don't understand those ones where everyone certainly in the crowd and everyone watching it can see what's happening, and it's blatant cheating essentially. But they do nothing about it. They just kind of let it as if it's like a play nearly unfolding. You're like, oh, let him away with it. But it's like, no, get him off the field and don't let him back on. That's as simple as that. Like,
and book him after what he did, like, because he was originally.
And book him as well, like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Penalty? He kicked him in the head.
The keeper made a great save.
Oh.
What?
Oh, this is ridiculous.
There's someone shouting for a handball there.
If there's VAR, they might review this because he absolutely kicked your man in the head. Oh, it's a crap ball in, you muppet.
Keeper made a great save. VAR's going to have to look at this, though. There's loads happening here. Oh, man, this is mad. Yeah, Pepe's taking down kick to the head so the VAR takes a look at it.
that old thing, you do this like, am I bleeding?
And the final whistle doesn't matter. Like, it's gone to 90 on Bet365, but the ref can bring it. VAR can bring it back to normal time, right?
What a save by that keeper!
That's a great save. If that wasn't straight at him,
oh, he kicked Pepe right in the face. That is a penalty. Like,
I think
he
so.
kicks Pepe straight in the face
because his foot's very high. It doesn't matter that he wins the ball that much. His foot's where his head should be. I think that's a penalty.
But the two definitions of a foul, like a yellow card is reckless and a red card is dangerous. All fight here.
Massive fight.
Like, you can't kick a guy in the face and not say at the very minimum it'd be reckless.
What is happening here? This is wild.
Absolutely.
Is it over? I think it's over.
Doesn't look like it to me. I mean,
if
it was over, the Sporting players would be getting off the pitch. You know what I mean? They'd be getting in the tunnel.
I got a notification from Flash Score that it was over.
That's saying full time live score as well.
Oh, sure. That's shoddy.
Did they do a VAR review? I didn't see any VAR review, but
this is just going to come down to human nature and being weak, and nobody would want to reopen this game and take a penalty in the 99th minute or whatever it's going to be. So I think it's just, they're just going to make the decision to do nothing. But that's you can't kick a guy in the face, like.
Yeah, because his foot was up where he was trying to head it. So, like, I mean, it's.
But he wasn't like he ducked for it. His head was maybe down, but he wasn't. He didn't duck for that header. Like, that was the kick in the head. Like,
it looked.
Yeah,
very much.
You see, it's crazy when you see such soft penalties given where a guy like touch a guy in the back of the leg, he falls like a sack of potatoes, and you're given as a red card, but even though he might not even have control of the ball, and then a guy gets booted in the head and inside the 6-yard box. With the ball there to be played, like, it seems crazy not to give a penalty for it.
Yeah. It's gone off Bet365 now, so they've just.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it there, but
very tough end for you, PK. Very tough.
That's the craziest end to a bet that I've had in a long, long time, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
because the guy nearly scored from the corner too, like, and then I don't know.
Yeah, it actually was a fantastic save by the keeper. To be fair, to save the draw.
And it looked like a penalty to me, but I'm going to check this Twitter sphere later on to see what happened. But we'll I think if VAR does have a look at that, I don't know how you can't say it's not a penalty. Strange.
Very. Well, look, tough break. We won the treble tonight, though, which is great news. James Noble on Facebook is our winner there of the We Bet You Win. So nice to finally get one out this year that we bet and somebody else wins. So check out SportsRunDown.com during the week. Anyone who's been with us tonight, please like, subscribe, follow, share, whatever those different platforms allow you to do. It makes a huge difference to us. We love to come on here on a Friday night and watch these games with you and bet. So great to have you with us, and we'll see you again at the same time next week, 7:30 GMT. And and thanks Savage for stepping in late notice. Thanks PK, you're becoming a regular again, so we're sneaking you back in under the radar.
My pleasure. When there's nights like that, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, glad to be with you, lads. So nice to have a big win on tonight.
Yeah. Cheers, Savage.
Cheers. See you soon, guys.
See you, lads.